Ladies and gentlemen, the
Combat Cold-Cuts!
This is insane, you guys.
Yo, this is sexy, man.
Broadcasting live from the internet, it's Tuesday night, and this is the PanelsOnPages.com podcast with your host, Lee Rodriguez.
At the end of the day, babies are terrible people, and I'm not sorry for saying it.
Jason Nyes.
Motherfucker, I won best costume!
Jose Guzman.
Yeah, I know nothing about Firestorm except for his hat's always burning.
And Kelly Harris.
Boy, love, it appears we got a penis in the mail.
I glued my fucking eyes shut!
I just want to see all these Yelp reviews of Jose's jizz. Oh, sorry, I knocked over the salt.
Like you had anything better to do.
Hey, what's going on, gang? Today is Tuesday, August 8th, 2017, and this is episode number 388 of the PanelsOnPages.com podcast. Find all of our back issues at pcn.panelsonpages.com. I'm your host, the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez, and joining me tonight, we've got Mr. Jason Nyes. Jose Guzman.
I bought a game. It's called Call of Dirty Dewey.
Oh. Oh, no. Kelly Harris.
Don't feel sorry for Brian Knobs. He owes me $750.
Oh, my God.
You'll hear more about that story.
Hear that, Ray Lloyd? You better give him my DVDs, too. Glacier. Oh, shit.
Oh, fantastic.
I shouldn't use his real name.
It's okay. He's Googleable. I think it's all right. Just hardcore breaking the kayfabe.
Later this month, Glacier's got a match with Joey Janela.
I saw that too.
That's
Go
cool.
figure. Oh, it's awesome.
Well, well, I'm not going to tell the man's personal business. Never mind.
Here's his address and his phone number.
So we will be joined a little bit later by Mr. Robbie Wrist. Quite a story. What's that?
I first thought wrestler. It sounds like a wrestling name to me.
It does sound like a very wrestler name.
yeah.
Right.
You know,
You're right.
just reading the name, not knowing or thinking who it is. I was like, wrestler.
It kind of, I hadn't thought about it, but you're kind of right. It totally does. Right? Yeah, why the hell not? Marty Janney can Canadian Destroyer. Rob Risk can Canadian Destroyer. But no, see, Rob Risk jumped on the scene as Cousin Oliver on the Brady Bunch. He was Michelangelo on the Ninja Turtles. But more recently, he did the music for Sharknado 5 Global Swarming. And that's what we're talking about tonight.
Which that name might also sound familiar, folks. Bye. We're fucking watching you.
Robbie? Not yet, just the guys.
Hi, boys.
Hi.
Hello.
Drive by in, drive by high.
So,
Because that's also tonight, not to be outdone. We'll also be talking about the finals and actual fantasy basketball today.
fantasy basketball and Sharknado 5?
But let's be honest,
nuts.
Cousin Oliver is the only thing that matters.
There's a whole lot going on today. So we're going to get into it real quick. You should be joining us in the next half hour or so.
Of course, this is the week where I have like a bunch of story time.
Yeah, that does figure because I figured as we're getting ready for this, really, all Kelly's going to talk about is wrestling for sure, so we'll be fine. And then, of course, like I said, you got stories this week. But first up, big thanks to the Mahonies for housing us this past weekend. I was talking to, I forget who it was. It might have just been Nicole on the way back. I said, hey, man, this was a lot different than the last time I got together with the fellas because it was, It's more or less just me and I, Jose and Kelly, all week long, just knee deep in testosterone, watching wrestling. And this was essentially a couples retreat where we brought their kids to New Hampshire.
Literally the exact opposite.
Yeah, it was completely opposite. It was all
You swapped out Kelly for Mahoney.
yeah, we were just packed in. Everybody had their kids out. It was delightful. It was
And
a
with
really
it
good
being
time.
El Casa de Mahoney, there was no wrestling.
There was zero wrestling, but we did.
Let's count the pool time.
That wasn't pool time, but we did
little
discuss
wrestling.
Yeah,
WrestleMania
everyone
weekend.
everyone brought their
2018.
kids, including Cher brought Jose.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey man, you put up a Bound Towns water slide. Let's fucking do this thing. I brought my bathing suit. Let's do it.
Well, Mahoney also turned us on to firecracker Oreos. Kelly, are you familiar with the magic that is firecracker Oreos?
No.
It's Oreos, but them sons of bitches put Pop Rocks in the cream.
How did I miss this? I didn't have any firecracker Oreos. This must have been after we left.
This is after we left. I don't remember.
Is this an officially made thing? Or is
Yeah,
it like,
yeah.
Oh.
Because I would have remembered that shit.
Yeah, I had never seen them before. You know what? It might have been the day after you guys left because I know they had 2 packs when they opened them, and when we left, they had less than the one. It was nuts.
I remember the salted caramel Oreo thins, which were pretty decent, especially dunked in a chocolate fountain.
No, I'll tell you what's delicious, and I've already eaten 3 bags of it since we've been back, is that popcorn.
No shit. We found that kettle corn at Aldi.
The kettle corn?
Yeah.
My God. I've had 3 fucking bags already.
It was a damn good time. It was great. So, I mean, big ups to Mahoney for putting us up, and Tito and Jen for making the trip out. It was like, again, it was all just, it was lovely. We didn't do anything. It was great.
That was the best
It
part.
was so good.
We
That
just
was the best part.
chilled and ate.
We fucking ate. We chilled some
Ate.
more. We napped.
Watched some fucking Paw Patrol. Word up.
We watched a bunch of episodes of The Street,
What's that?
Yeah.
the Sesame Street.
Tell me how you get there.
Watched a bunch of Dr. Squish.
Yeah, fuck a Dr.
Which
Squish.
Kelly, Dr. Squish, Katie Mahoney is big into like YouTube unboxings and stuff like that. And one of her favorite channels is Dr. Squish, who takes like squishy toys and dissects them on YouTube, cuts them open.
I have two thoughts about that though, but I don't want my kids watching that and then cutting up all their
Exactly, because especially some of the things that she cuts into, she preps and puts like surprises inside of them. Like there was this big Minnie Mouse like pillow or like squishy inflatable thing, and she had already prepped it and filled it with a bunch of goo and like Legos and prizes and stuff.
Oh no, that's bullshit.
That's false advertising though, man.
Yeah,
because them kids
that's just gonna tell your kid, hey, if you pop open your toys, there's gonna be cool shit inside of them.
You win a prize for breaking the shit I just paid for.
I
Yeah.
don't understand how YouTube works. I swear to God, I don't understand. Like I thought I had a grip on this shit, and I just feel old because Dr. Squish has a fucking 5 million followers, and I'm like, that's not even an idea. But
And these kids know how to find Dr. Squish too,
we
man.
might have an idea. He's always been busting my balls for the better part of the year about wanting a YouTube channel, and I think Mahoney and I and the ladies might have brainstormed a channel for Zoe if she's got the balls for it.
Oh no.
We'll see. More on that as it develops.
I
gang.
did see the movie trailer that Nicole posted that Zoe
my
put
God.
together. I guess it was last night, which was
Yeah.
very cool. But obviously, it's a template because somewhere
Yeah.
along the line, Zoe got bored with it.
No, because she finished strong. I think she just missed a couple. So like a couple like just like a little placeholder him to say close up or action. Like you fucked up.
It like a video Mad Libs almost.
yeah, very much. No, kids crack me up, man. Yeah, real quick, just a couple quick stories after we got home. Catching up on my stories, watching all my Japanese shit, trying to catch up on Preachers and the Game of Throneses and all this, and watching Lucha Undergrounds with Jax of the weekend. And Pentagon Dark comes out. We watched a lot of Pentagon at WrestleMania weekend. Pentagon comes out, and Jax sees his face, and at first he goes, "Ew!" He made a mess on his face. The paint on his face, and I'm like, "Oh no, it's cool." he's been looked that way. Like, Pentagon's cool. We like Pentagon, and he's fighting, and he's just getting into it, and he's like way into it by the end of it, and so Pentagon wins. And he's throwing up his fucking Cero Miedo signs, and Jack, without even any prompt, they look over, and Jack's just throwing up the Cero Miedo with his fingers down. I'm like, you are a fucking rad kid.
That's amazing.
Oh, that's so good. But Zoe outdid him a little bit. It was legitimately hilarious. Thanks in no small part to the video game Friday the 13th is a big staple in our house again these days. So Zoe and I have been making our way through the movies, and like that's a really solid age for like 80s slash movies. When I kind of really started getting into them too, and so we're on part 4. So, this dude in the shower, he thinks it's one of his buddies in the bathroom. It's Jason, of course. And so Jason, punches through the shower and kills dude, whatever. And then right across the hall, the girlfriend hears nothing, obviously. But she comes out of the bedroom across the hallway. It's like, hey, I thought you were singing me a song. And she reaches for the door. And my daughter, who'll be 10 years old in a couple weeks, says, "Don't go in there, lady. It's a bloodbath." Literally. You clever little fucker. Like, that is a good gag. And she opens the door. There's a dude all covered in blood. She says, "Oh, look, see? I told you." Like, yeah. All right. Work the room, kid. Cracks me up. Yeah, that's all I got, man. We're just back in the swing of things, getting the kids back in school. Nicole and I are planning an impromptu trip. More on that as it develops. It'll be very exciting. Gotta get these fucking kids out of the house for a little while first. We love them, but I can't wait for them to leave. So we got 2.5 weeks, and then gonna visit their grandparents. Then we're gonna do something else. It's gonna be great. Yeah, what's going on with you guys?
Not much at all. I was gonna mention a couple of things from the MahoneyCon weekend. We got to Lee ordered the UFC pay-per-view, which was cool. We all got to sit around and enjoy that and hoot and holler, so that was fun. And probably my two biggest highlights of the weekend were Yankee Swap, where we did a Christmas in July, and we all bought ranging from genuine to fucked up presents, and then went around and traded those. So that was cool. Kelly, you'll like this. Mahoney ended up with a United States Championship belt buckle.
Fantastic.
Fuck yeah, but that also came with Lincoln Law.
Yes, it also did come with Lincoln Law.
It was a package deal.
And then one of my other favorite things of the weekend was playing Everything is Lava with the kids. And it was essentially, you played the Floor is Lava game, but this was, at any moment, anything could turn into lava.
Oh, man.
So, like, all of a sudden, the cookies are lava.
What?
The table's lava.
Yeah. Talking to adults is lava.
Being awake.
Would throw in a little game here and there. That was like, this whole area is lava.
Yeah. And at some point, the girls got the idea to play investigators, and they were investigating a crime and interrogating every adult one at a time.
Oh, God, it took forever.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, man. Kid cops, they're the most corrupt.
Yeah.
There are no rules. There's not even like the smuggler's code.
And brutality. Like, I wish they should have been wearing body cameras.
Right off the fucking bat.
Other than that, I did go see War of the Planet of the Apes with Jose and Cher, so that was great.
Oh, so good.
Like,
not as much war as I was hoping for, but it was very good.
How about
I
apes?
just thought-
Were there enough apes?
There was a shitload of apes.
All right, cool.
There were 8 donkeys.
Yeah, I love the donkeys, man. That's a really cool concept. The concept of ape betrayal and ape traitors.
Yeah, like Uncle Tom apes.
Yeah, straight up.
Trapers.
Oh, man. And like some of Caesar's dreams and hallucinations.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it, but very cool stuff. Very cool. Like, what a great trilogy that is.
Yeah.
Like,
And
on the fucking down low, they made a solid trilogy out of goofy ass Planet of the Apes movies.
Yeah, like some of the best, like modern era sci-fi movies.
Yeah.
Man, I thought they were great.
And you can't tell watching this one. You believe those are fucking apes.
100%.
You're in. You're in.
From movie
You're
1
in.
to movie 3, the CGI has improved tenfold.
Like they're wet, it's raining, and they're just showing off because you could easily have not done that scene in the rain, but you're like, nah, we're good.
You can
Make
tell
it rain.
you can tell the apes apart. You know, they have
Yeah.
They all don't just look like
They got
monkeys.
personalities.
yeah. It's goddamn, it's really good, really good.
I said this on Twitter, but I was recently watching Dawn of the Planet of the Apes on TV, and man, if I was a kid when these movies came out, Koba would have given me nightmares because his face is just pure evil.
Yeah, he's like just climbing up weird shit at you.
He
Weird
reminds
angles.
me of the trolls from Willow. You guys remember the trolls in Willow?
Not
I don't know that I do actually.
The only thing I really remember is them sliding down a hill.
There's a scene at a castle with like a giant Hydra monster, like a 3-headed
I remember that.
Hydra monster, and at that castle there's a bunch of trolls, like monkey-ish, chimpanzee-esque trolls that are just awful and terrible and scared me to no end as a kid, and that's what Koba reminds me of.
Get away!
Speaking of nightmares, I have become obsessed with the Stephen King's It remake that's coming out next month.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm sure I've talked about my long-held fear of Tim Curry's Pennywise on this show before. Like, even to this day, I'll roll up into bed, close my eyes, and I'll see Tim Curry's Pennywise just in my head. And then I'll be up until 5 a.m. But, like,
Oh Jesus.
he's so great, and such a great character. And at first, this remake was looking a little too glossy, a little too modern horror movie for me.
He looked too scary.
Too scary, too dirty, too, like, quote-unquote horror movie villain. But I've been watching all the trailers that they've been putting out, all the clips, and I've been watching a bunch of, like, 20 things you might have missed from this trailer, and, you know, no doubt when they're showing a bunch of these clips, they're going to show clips from the old movie, too. So I've been getting a lot of Tim Curry's Pennywise all up in my face, and, man, the other night, I swear, every little movement, every little sound. At one time, Mary stretched out and her foot touched my foot, and I nearly jumped out of bed. I did not. I slept like an 8-year-old with nightmares the other night.
Oh
Yeah. So I gotta cool it on watching too many YouTube clips before bed, because it does not do me well. But I am seeing that movie. The more and more I see of it, the more and more I'm into it. And the fact that the movie is coming out 27 years after the original,
Which is genius.
and Pennywise emerges every 27 years, that's so fucking weird. But yeah, that's about it for me.
I dig it. What you got, Jose?
I also saw, along with Apes, Atomic Blonde,
Ooh, I saw that too.
which I did like. I'll tell you what, man.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, Charlize Theron, that's a bad bitch. Like she pulls off bad bitch pretty good, and
Yeah.
the director or something was talking, and he was like, when we did the fight scenes, they
They're
wanted
awesome.
they wanted to make it believable to where it's not just she's one punch hitting people and they're going down, and she's like super powered. So they had the action based around her body type and what a well-trained person of that level of fitness and body, how she would have to fight to beat the shit out of people. So
It reminded me a lot of Daredevil season 1.
Yeah.
Where you had Matt
that hallway scene
down,
all
but
over
they
again.
just kept getting back up because he's not going to put him down the first time, and you just kept seeing dudes get back up. She'd have to re-put him down. There's one scene in the movie that's just one shot fight. That's a one-shot fight scene.
Well,
that
don't
goes
say
on
that.
for a good 7 minutes maybe.
There's a couple cuts. They're just very creative.
Yeah, you can tell the tricks, but essentially, it's supposed to just be one shot.
Right. It's a continuous just fight scene that just goes. It's beautiful. The movie's pretty good. The music flows in and out. I mean, it uses the same 80s songs that every 80s movie uses, but they're like remakes or the original German version. They do the 99 Balloons, but it's the German version.
Yeah, I did like the couple German ones they threw in there. That was cool.
Yeah, the whole thing is happening during the span the wall went down.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's in the week around when it fell.
So that's playing on as a sub story through the news and through because they're in Germany, and the mission is to get something from west to east. Or east to west, one of the two. So they're trying to cross in a time where no one's crossing and tensions are high. Everyone's talking about this wall. It might come down. This is shit's going on into the Cold War, possibly. And then there's this whole other secret spy, CIA, MI6 world of another catastrophe that's dropping at the same time that could level the playing field depending on how this plays out. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it's based off of a comic book, which I did not know, which was The Coldest
City.
The Coldest City.
By Anthony Johnson, and I can't remember the artist's name at the moment.
But watch it. It's pretty good. It maybe they could have trimmed about 20 minutes off.
Yeah, there was a bit before that the one-shot fight scene where I was getting a little bored.
Yeah, trim 20 minutes off, and the movie's dread.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
That's what I'm saying. Well done.
Next week.
And Charlize Theron produced it, so good on her.
Right on.
So if you get around to seeing Atomic Blonde, check it out.
Hoping to go next week.
And fucking Lee's goddamn kid is a wild man. You make eye contact, that means at any time I will jump into your arms. Once you make eye contact, it's like, oh, it's on. You're in the game now. Surprise, motherfucker!
Don't let him catch you sleeping.
Yeah, he looks at me and he's like, "What's up?" Bah! And he just jumps at me. I was like, "All right, I guess I'll catch you."
Yeah. At one point, Katie was making me eat 12 Santa hats, and she kept lunging at me as I was sitting on the couch with knees first. I was like, this is going to end poorly eventually.
It's no fear. No fear. He picked the right wrestler to do the move up. No fear.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's what I told him too. I'm like, oh, son, if you only knew. If you only knew.
You're going to see a picture of that motherfucker coming at somebody with a light tube before you
know. I'm telling you, he's going to be in the CCW dojo before you know it.
Where the fuck did that come from? I didn't even know we had that in the house.
Jesus Christ.
So,
Kelly, what's happening?
So I've met some people.
Oh, that's right. Who'd you meet, Kelly?
Well, last Saturday, not this past Saturday, the one before that, good old Scott Snyder came into the shop.
Oh, right on.
Because he had some family in the area, so he stopped by. Super cool guy.
He's a real cutie pie.
Very, very awesome dude. I may have problems with some of his comics, but he is an awesome guy. And he also said the words that got me super hyped about metal now.
Okay.
In the first issue, Batman rides a dinosaur. And originally, the event was not going to be called Metal. It was going to be called Dark Crisis. And I love a good crisis.
You do love a good crisis.
Yeah, so that's all you need to say. There's going to be dinosaurs, and it was originally it was going to be a crisis. So yeah, I'm all in on this now. We are actually doing a midnight release next week, so I probably won't be on the show. But Scott Snyder is going to send us a pizza, so that's cool.
Oh, sweet. You need to call in from the midnight release, though.
I might have to. Yeah. He was a really cool guy. Took a lot of time with people in the shop that would just come up and talk to him and ask him to sign stuff. Just super good dude.
Oh,
Can't say enough good things about that guy.
It's great.
And then there was earlier that week, I'd gotten a text from my manager saying that Honky Tonk Man and Greg Valentine were going to be doing an in-store signing on the 2nd of August.
Okay.
And I initially responded back with, okay. I responded back to the text by saying, that's not real. So what happened was it was the exact same situation as what happened when we had Hacksaw Jim Duggan in the shop a few years ago. There's a local agent, I guess, guy who kind of reps some wrestlers when they're in the area, and he had these guys in. They're coming to, the next day after they were doing our signing, they're going to be wrestling at the Bruce City Wrestling show at the State Fair. So they figured while they were in town, he'd try and have them hit a couple other signings, and he needed a venue, so he talked to our boss, who he knows, and was like, hey, can we use your shop? And they said yes. And
all right.
Not many people showed.
Who again?
Honky Tonk Man and Greg the Hammer Valentine, but also 2 days before, Big Jim, the agent guy, came in and was like, oh man, we got Jimmy Hart too.
I wish I saw that earlier. I was going to tell you to tell him about the story. I found his wallet that he fell out of his pocket at the bar in Margaritaville. I think that's when they were taping at Hard Rock or something like that. Or over at Universal.
Yeah, they were taping.
Oh yeah, for TNA. Yeah.
Yeah, they were taping in the old like Nickelodeon studios essentially back there.
Yeah.
That is weird. Like that.
Yeah, it was super weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had those guys in the shop. Jimmy Hart comes up to everyone, introduces himself right away. That was really cool. Like, comes by, shakes everyone's hand and stuff.
Right on.
Honky took a little while to warm up to us, but once he did, Honky Tonk Man's a good dude.
Just met a bunch of swell guys this weekend, right?
Yeah, let me tell you something. Honky Tonk Man is a pretty nice guy.
I met Honky Tonk Man at a bar in Nashville a couple years ago. He is a good dude.
Yeah. We talked about other comic shops he's been to and cons he's done. I informed him that The Walking Dead is based on a comic, not the other way around.
Whoa!
And we talked about his cats. He has 2 and feeds 3 strays.
Well, what a sweetheart.
Yeah. And then Greg Valentine kind of kept to himself, which fits with what I've heard about him because he's... From the best way to put it is he works on his own time. As he's... I want to say he's slow, but he doesn't move as fast as everyone else.
I see. He's in no hurry.
No, exactly.
No hurry.
His conversation style is much like his matches, very plotting.
I love how in his prime, Greg the Hammer Valentine looked like he was 60 years old.
Oh yeah,
and that was 40 years ago. What?
Yeah, so
how
that's
weird.
what I've been up to since we've last done the show. I've also watched a bunch of anime, which, all right, that's what and wrestling, of course, that's what I do. So yeah,
it's interesting to me that you said that the store was pretty dead for their appearance, essentially.
Yeah,
I feel like unless you're John Cena or like Kevin Owens signing at a CVS on WrestleMania weekend, like wrestling fans aren't making the trip to a comic shop for Honky Tonk Man. Like,
No.
if Honky Tonk Man's at WrestleCon, okay. It's kind of weird. Like when we were at AwesomeCon, they had Shinsuke and Charlotte Flair. I don't know how well they did with their photo ops and their autographs and stuff like that, but they didn't necessarily fill the panel room, which definitely surprised me. I expected a full room, but it wasn't. It was a good crowd, but just not a full room.
Yeah.
It must have been about, well, hell, given the timeline of events, it must have been about 11 to 12 years ago. I was still living in Illinois at the time, and I remember driving by a Popeye's chicken.
Oh,
you know,
B Booker
love
T,
that
B
chicken from
Booker T,
Popeyes.
B Booker T.
Hold on. Don't say who it is. Let's all guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you said Booker
guess.
T.
Yeah.
You said 12 years ago?
11 or 12.
Oh, who?
Somewhere in that neighborhood.
And you said Illinois?
Yes.
I'm gonna go Mark Henry.
Okay.
Jose, you there?
I'm gonna go.
And it was like, and the only reason I know it because it was on the sign. It was like, such and such coming here next Saturday, 12 to 2 or whatever.
Juggalo John guesses Virgil.
In reality, it's gonna be like Sean O'Hare.
Okay. Virgil. Okay.
No, Sean O'Hare is dead.
Yeah, but not 12 years ago.
Yeah,
Oh.
not in.
Well, he didn't. He sure as shit didn't meet him.
Now, I'll also say, I did not meet this person either. I just saw that they were coming and was very confused as to why, and kind of went about my life. You got to guess?
I don't know. I'm a blank. Stone Cold.
Chris Benoit.
Oh!
Whoa!
Yeah.
Where
Like,
was this?
In Round Lake Beach, Illinois, at the Popeye's Chicken.
Oh,
and
yeah,
Biscuit.
the Popeye's chicken.
That's tremendous.
Like, so this was like kind of the height of his WWE run at the time.
Yeah. That
You know.
was like world heavyweight champion Chris Benoit.
Yeah, that's
his-
hugging
his
Eddie
height-
Guerrero in the ring, Chris Benoit.
Holy shit.
This
His
was
height was
just about to murder his wife and family, Chris Benoit. Like, super weird. And that is like, and I wasn't watching wrestling at the time. I was kind of like, was just barely aware of it. So I knew that, he was kind of doing his thing. I thought, that's fucking weird. If this guy is where he is doing that, okay, yeah. And then, like, the next time I heard about Chris Benoit was after, horrible murder-suicide. Like, no.
So now whenever you think of Popeyes, you think of a murder-suicide.
It does come up frequently when I think about Popeye. You sit there with one of those tasty chicken strips in your hand, you're like, fuck, I think this is why? Think this did it? You think this
You're looking at the chicken and you just hear, double murder-suicide!
Oh my God.
Wow.
Ouch.
Oh my God. It's ridiculous.
So I guess that Popeyes didn't sit very well with him.
I guess not. Super fucking dark.
This chicken gave me poopy tummy. I gotta kill my wife and son.
4 years later.
Anybody.
It just ate at him. All he could think about was Popeyes.
Yeah,
And eventually, he's Daniel. I never want you to have to go through this.
the indigestion was so bad it ate a hole through his stomach and he was just in constant pain and he tried taking steroids to make himself feel better and it just made him
God.
crazy.
I can build a stomach out of muscles.
Oh my God. Oh, that is unreasonably dark. that is not okay. All right, so looks like my messages have not been read vis-a-vis tonight's guest.
I want to believe he was like, let's see what this show's about. And he just pops on YouTube and there's me singing Double Murder Suicide.
We've been in communication for damn near a week talking about this. And
Yeah, the double murder suicide jingle made me think about our conversation before the show. We're like, whoa, let's not go that far with our guests. Yeah, I wish he had called in just then.
no, I think it'll be fine. It'll be good. Let's keep it rolling. And if he joins us in, we'll kind of break off the basketball talk. If not, We'll get them next week. Whatever. But
I can talk about wrestling for a bit.
Sure.
please do.
So this past weekend was the big Matt Tremont versus Onita match.
Onita!
that's right.
Squirt.
And-
I'm gonna try to catch him. We're gonna watch the replay, my brother and I, this weekend. I'm looking forward to it.
Sad to say, it's a little disappointing.
Oh, really?
Because it is, the scuttlebutt around the internet was true. It starts as a singles match, but eventually devolves into a 6-man tag.
My man just said the word scuttlebutt in proper context.
I did.
Look at you.
But what's not disappointing is the match before it with Joey Janela taking on Leo Rush for the final time.
Retweets out the ass about that match from people.
That match is tremendous, and will there's a good chance it's going to end up in my top 10 of the year. I loved it.
Not for nothing. I'm a big Joey Janela fan, but he does love to retweet compliments.
Yeah, he does. The only person that does that more, or the best wrestler at Twitter is Ethan Page, because if you just say his name on Twitter, within seconds, it's got a like from him. It's amazing.
I love it.
Yeah. Their match was very good. The match before it, Shane Strickland taking on
Mike Strickland.
taking on Masato was pretty good. Strickland got stabbed in the head with some skewers.
He gets into that shit?
There was not normally. There was a real close-up shot of it, and it was super gross. So look forward to that.
Super gross.
Well, you don't normally see the stabbing and then the bleeding immediately. Because normally when there's stabbing, it's from a distance and you don't see it, or there's no actual contact happening.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you actually see it and it's super gross.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Janela Leo Rush match is by far the highlight of it, and the Onita Tremont match is just the spectacle, I will say. But it is what I expected it to be. Onita's 60. He hasn't wrestled a singles match in years.
Onita is 60?
Yeah. Earlier this year, he broke his pelvis.
Oh. So he did what he could.
Yeah. Though I will say earlier this year, he broke his pelvis, and then like a week later was pile driving a dude through a table. So
You know how he broke his pelvis?
because he fucks.
Exploding death match with Juan's mom.
Got him.
That's for posting a gif of Pennywise in the chat. Juan.
Get being punished.
But yeah, in case you guys didn't see, I just posted a link that Juan linked in the chat, the YouTube chat. It's to a Wrestling Figs WrestleMania Invade Chicago. It's for WrestleMania 22, and it's their appearance guide. And yep, on Thursday, March 30th, 2006, Chris Benoit was doing an autograph signing at the Popeyes Chicken and Biscuits on East Rollins Road in Round Lake Beach, Illinois.
Holy shit, that was fast, Juan. Jeez.
Oh my god.
I think he had that page open.
That's
It
incredible.
was just a coincidence.
Yeah, but he loves chicken, doesn't he?
He does. He does love Popeyes
He's all
chicken.
over that one. He says, "I'll look up Popeyes."
Damn, I was wrong about the year, but I was right about the location.
You were close.
That's amazing.
You were damn close.
Still nuts that's his
Goddamn
that's his prime.
lifetime ago. What that was.
His prime was a Popeyes.
Yeah.
Now I just want some Popeyes. Say what, man? I was making the kids dinner tonight. You know, and I'm back on my kick. You know, an away weekend is always bad for the diet, obviously.
Sure.
You know?
No, you can't. There's no way.
I always have the best of intentions, but then they're like, fuck it. Pizza and Chinese food are way better.
Pop Rocks Oreos. Let's go.
I had so many goddamn Pop Rocks Oreos. But I'm making the kids dinner tonight and had some mashed potatoes. Like, this, you know, fuck you, man. Refrigerated, like Bob Evans mashed potatoes are the fucking shit. They are great. Just saying. Migrate them bitches up.
Gravy? No gravy? Cheese? What's on them?
They're like bacon and chives mixed in on these here.
Nice.
You could, of course, put some gravy in them where you're so inclined, but not necessary. But, you know, I was going to have like some, you know, cauliflower and cheese and shit like that, you know, not great stuff. If there was a minute, you're stirring it up to put it back in that second rotation in the microwave, and you do what you got to do. You lick the spoon off, whatever. And I might have had a mashed potato, you guys. I haven't had mashed potatoes in like 6 months. It's been a fucking long time.
The most sensual spoon lick ever.
It was a Lonely Island video. I was like, jizz in my I was like, whoa, this is affecting me on a really primal level right now. I'm like, oh boy.
One of the other stories from the Mahoney weekend that we didn't mention is, Lee was going to try and eat right and go high protein, low carb. So, the Mahonies were asking for wish lists as far as food goes. And Lee was like, yeah, if you can find some barbecue or hot and spicy pork rinds, that'd be a good snack for me to have around. And
just did that instead of chips, basically. That was my one request. Because I did not want to be the guy making a request. But fuck that. I'm like, hey, I'd rather have that than chips.
And apparently, pork rinds are not a thing that is known of in New England, because the Mahonies...
I was so surprised I have to explain what the fuck a pork rind was.
The Mahonies had a hard time even knowing what aisle they were in, and then they could only find plain. Until we fucking landed... We went to an Aldi and we went to a Walmart and we got 5 bags of barbecue and hot and spicy pork rinds and brought them back.
Chicharron in this mother.
Oh man, I want some of those chili limon pork rinds you got, Jose.
Oh, I don't got them anymore.
Oh, but I need to get some of those.
Just like them bags of popcorn. I had.
Never had a fucking chance.
I had, but they're pretty good. Walmart is the only place I've seen those. And they either have it or they don't.
Oh.
It's one or the other.
Most things.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, not all the Walmarts have it. And not even the same Walmart I've bought it at before will have it. So it's kind of a hit or miss. It might be there, it might not.
I can understand that.
I mean, I don't know if it's regional, like they noticed that these people don't eat the lime.
Well, the chili limon are probably in they're located in very Hispanic neighborhoods, I would assume.
What you saying, white boy?
I'm saying chili limon is fucking Hispanic, brown boy.
Like, what was it? Gatorade?
Oh,
limon?
the cucumber limon, yeah.
Cucumber.
That shit's great after a sunburn. It's like drinking aloe vera.
Oh shit! Speaking of Walmart, little PSA, man. I've been to several WalMarts and now several states the past few weeks, so they're clearancing the hell out of some toys.
Yeah, they are.
So I bought more Marvel Legends figures in the past month than I had the past 3 years, because I've got them all for $3 and $4.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
Yeah, we're not that discounted yet.
I got let's see what I got. I got Hawkeye, Captain Marvel, a new Scarlet Witch, and then the other day I got Kitty Pryde, Phoenix, and that big badass Cable. And all said and done, I've got $26 in them.
Oh my god! And what would have been a reasonable price that you would have bought them for full price?
$15.
Exactly.
Yeah,
$15.
$15.
Once you get up to 19, sorry, I can't pay that for a single action figure, even if
It's
there's a
ridiculous. It's $4. It's ridiculous if that's the line on the sand I draw for myself. But that's it.
Yeah, but we're not savages. You should have a line.
Yeah, I feel bad paying $20 for those Maddie collector, they did the Vigo and the Joker with the clown, the rubber clown mask.
Yeah, but those are super nice though.
They're not great. They're not $20, but it was the exclusivity of it that made me buy it for $20.
Exactly. Yeah, you can factor that in too for sure. I'm really thinking about they announced that the Power Morphicon next year, the big Power Ranger convention in California, they're going to do an exclusive Lord Dracon Legacy figure.
Yeah, I want it.
There. And you can get the figure's $40, which for an exclusive figure isn't bad, but I don't want to go to California.
Nope.
To get it. But you can buy a non-attending package and get the figure. You can't just buy the so you got to pay $50 get a ticket essentially, even though you're not going to go, and then you can buy it. So maybe Kelly and I need to double up, and we'll fucking double dip, and we'll pay like, you know, we'll go halvesies on a package and get us some Dracons, because I bet they're going to look really cool.
Yeah, they are.
You mentioned
But it's looking like $60.
you mentioned you got that Cable Marvel Legend. You guys see Josh Brolin as Cable?
Fuck yeah.
You know,
He looks so good.
Since we're not doing news this week, you know, but that did remind me that kind of came out this week. Did you guys?
I also saw Domino over the weekend.
Yeah, Domino looks pretty boss.
I don't know. I'm not crazy about it.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it for whatever reason. I don't know why.
I think it's because, like, you know, like, I think one of the reasons she's Domino is like the stark white skin and like the black dot. Like, that's kind of what made. I mean, if that wasn't that, you probably wouldn't be called Domino. Seems kind of.
I never thought about that, but yeah.
You know, like, it's just, you know, I have no problem in casting a black actress. I don't give a fuck about that. You know what I mean? But, you know, throw in some white body paint. Like, she doesn't look like Domino this way.
She's got the white over her eye, though.
But it's just like a couple degrees off from her rest of her skin. It feels like, I don't know, like just
it's supposed to be. It appears to be like vitiligo a little bit.
Yeah. Versus this like really striking visual of like black and white. You know what I mean? Like,
but I think it makes sense in a realistic sense for a character like that. I could see someone with vitiligo over their eyeball getting the nickname of Domino. Like,
all right.
I mean, there are black dominoes with white dots on them, Lee. Dominoes aren't just white with black dots, you know.
Touche. Sorry. Hashtag not all dominoes.
Not my dominoes.
Did you guys notice the teddy bear connected to Cable's belt?
Yeah.
What are your theories on that?
It's got to be related to Hope, right?
It could be. I don't think it's gotta be.
I don't know. I every now and then I think about, like, I see this Cable thing and I am just flummoxed that it took, like, Deadpool is the one that they got right after what felt like 22 shitty X-Men movies.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Logan,
know everything about Deadpool.
But Logan, but which is sad because it's the end, so it kind of does no good.
And to be
Well,
fair,
Deadpool came before Logan, though.
Yeah, okay.
And to be fair, X-Men 1 and X-Men 2 did right by those characters for that time period.
Sure.
Yeah, X-Men 2, I think, holds up
Yeah.
I
better
love
than
X-Men 2. It
X1.
still has one of the best. That opening fucking scene.
The comics to screen adaptations of X-Men 1 and X-Men 2 aren't nearly as faithful as some of the movies that we're getting nowadays, but they're as faithful as we had seen up until that point.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And I still like X-Men 3 too.
I do too. I think that's a solid trilogy of movies. That's all right. And then to me, it's after that shit gets weird. Like, the Wolverine movies are all dog shit, and like, I really enjoyed First Class when it came out, but I think I was mostly just like, one, I love Fassbender's Magneto because
He's
that guy's
great.
great and everything.
I will admit to that.
And I think I was just marveling at the technical achievement that was, hey, we had no script in September, and in January we have a movie. So I was like, wow, these kids really did it. It's like, but it doesn't really hold up super great, you know. And then everything after it is kind of really shitty. But then fucking Deadpool comes along, like, oh, now we got it. Now we're back in the lane. Like, okay, fuck ever, man.
I think you have to have Deadpool allude to Cable's parentage. At least make a joke about it.
There's
but
no way he won't.
You can't lean on that too much because the timelines get murky and then you got to explain too much to the audience. It's better suited that you explain that through inside jokes that the fans will get and will laugh at.
Yeah, because Deadpool has already made reference to the complex nature of the timelines.
Right.
Like,
to that end, explaining Hope That takes a lot of work. But you could just have like a mutant savior baby that they have to get from point A to point B.
Sure.
That could be named Hope.
Sure.
But you just don't go too far into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I get down with that. That'd be great.
I saw another theory is that it's his teddy bear from when he was a baby and he was transported to the future. And that's the lone thing that he keeps with him.
All right. I can dig that.
I appreciate the fact that they put that in there for the promo still to get people talking. Just a little tiny Easter egg, like, what the fuck? Why does Cable have a teddy bear on him? And I think he looks great, but my first reaction was not nearly enough pouches. And I missed the giant shoulder pads. Like, I figured they'd go overboard with the pouches and the shoulder pads, but still, he looks great.
At least give us like a promo photo that's a joke of him all life fielded out.
I think we'll get something like that in the movie at least.
Like he'll suit up at one point.
Yeah.
Or Deadpool will suit up and it's just all pouches and shoulder pads.
Oh yeah. That'd be great.
A lot of potential there. Did you guys see this shit about the Inhumans series?
Oh boy, I read that yesterday. I was like, man, like.
Well, the showrunner who was the showrunner for Iron Fist season 1.
I just saw that like this morning. And I'm like, fuck.
I thought we talked about that. I thought we talked about that on this show. I
didn't hear about that this morning.
I could have swore we talked about that.
What?
But he said he expected the negative reaction to the trailer. It's like, oh, what?
Because
I thought it looked real shitty, so I'm not surprised that people didn't like it.
And they did like a panel.
He's like, I didn't even like it, so I'm not surprised.
They did a panel at the Television Critics Association, and man, people were not kind to what they saw or what they heard from the showrunners or the actors.
I mean,
one of the best tweets.
Like the people asking questions were not being like hostile or like. Or unduly, mean or whatever. They're just asking, frankly, the right questions.
One of the best tweets was, at one point, Anson Mount opened a Google Doc on his phone, a 6-page Google Doc featuring a sign language translation that he created specifically for the show and for Black Bolt. And the tweet was basically, I can't believe he created this whole sign language for a show that's going to get canceled after one season. And did you see that the IMAX version is like 15 minutes shorter than the network version?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Well, they got to give some reason to still watch it on TV.
Yeah,
now.
but it should be the other way around.
No, because you don't want to kill your network viewing.
Yeah, but you want
to. You still got to pay bills.
Yeah,
but everyone's going to go. Like, there's going to be 5 people going to see this in the theater.
I went and saw Mission Impossible, whatever number it was, because it had the Dark Knight Rises prologue before it. I didn't care to see that Mission Impossible movie. You need to put something in there that people want to see to pay the IMAX prices, because that's a $20 ticket. If you're already telling me,
have to throw some Infinity War shit in there or something.
Yeah, if you're already telling me that there's gonna be 15 more minutes of footage on TV, I'm gonna save my $20. Especially,
they're gonna have to come correct with some exclusive goodness. Otherwise, there is no reason to
be
go.
fair, I was already
gonna give me free tickets to that, and I'd say, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I was already gonna save my $20.
I'm washing my hair that
day. Good one.
I hope it's good.
Already not.
Doesn't look great. Now, I guess critics have seen the first 4 Defenders episodes, though, and reviews on that are coming back pretty damn positive.
Who's behind that?
Wasn't it the guy who did the last season of Dexter was doing Defenders?
Maybe. Might be right, yeah.
Which last season?
The final season.
The real last one.
Season 4?
No. I'm glad that those are coming back positive, because after Iron Fist, I've soured a little bit on the Netflix Marvel
Well,
shows.
with Iron Fist and Inhumans getting such bad reviews, I guess we know who won't be coming back for Iron Fist.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there's a common thread on those two things.
Yeah.
I mean, that's called math, man. And Marvel's going to do it.
Because they do kind of address the notion of Danny being the weak link in the show, which I kind of appreciate.
I hope they shit on Danny all season long as if they're talking about Iron Fist season 1.
That'd be amazing.
Like they just project onto him.
I am unreasonably excited about that coming out.
That's
Because-
When's that coming out?
10
2 weeks?
days?
2 weeks, yeah, and the next Friday to the 18th, yeah.
Oh, man, I better. Do I need to finish?
No.
I need to finish
Nah.
Luke Cage.
Nah.
Nah.
If
Like all you need to know is that at the end of Luke, if you don't spoilers, if you don't want to finish Luke Cage, don't worry about it. He just he goes back to jail.
right.
He turns himself in and goes to jail, and that's the last time you see him.
Wait, really? I watched that show. I don't remember that.
He said, "Motherfucker, I was there." I don't remember that.
Oh man, spoilers for this thing I already watched.
Am I making that up?
No, you're right. You're on
Okay, I'm like, what the fuck? Am I making that up in my head?
I'm there with you, homie. I'm there with you. I got you.
Yeah, so it's gonna be how we're gonna have to see how he gets back from that. And one of the criticisms I saw was that they don't really get the gang together until like all 4 of them together until episode 3.
Well,
But I'm totally fine with that.
you gotta build it up, man.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
totally
You
fine
can't
with
just
that.
have them together and it make no sense.
Yeah,
No,
because
I don't consider that a valid criticism at all. Whatsoever.
the Avengers technically don't get together until what 90 minutes into the Avengers.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
When they have that moment, and
That
they
moment that I squeal like a little girl.
all, wee.
My wife looks at me and goes, "Are you going to be okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's great." My whole life for this shit. So, yeah. So I don't think Cousin Oliver's coming, guys.
I was thinking about this. Did you specify what time zone?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I said 10 p.m. Eastern, like
Okay.
6 times.
Just making sure.
He has not looked at one of Lee's messages since 8:30 tonight.
Yeah, it's been a little bit, so, and that's okay. It's all right.
So let's take a break.
Yep.
We'll come back. We'll get balls deep into some basketballs, and if Cousin Oliver shows up, we'll cut to Cousin Oliver. If not,
Absolutely.
we'll ride it out as we do.
That's right. 'Cause we're professionals up in this bitch. So this song is actually from the Sharknado 5 Global Swarming soundtrack. And it's just silly. It's a silly good time. Like that trailer, that Sharknado 5 trailer. I've not seen a Sharknado. That trailers were goddamn ridiculous. In a very good way. Yeah, enjoy this. We'll be back in a minute. Love you kids. Bye.
Good morning, London. Good morning, London. You learn to live with anarchy, and still you kept your monarchy. 1,000 years under attack, and you
ones is cool. The ones I was playing was
Ripped
the
Apparel is your
Apparel
one-stop
flag.
shop for limited edition t-shirts featuring all the crap that you already like anyway. Every day you're going to see 3 new limited edition designs
but you
available
can-
only for
No, they had the
24
one where you-
hours.
you
That's
melt
just a
the-
single day. After that, they're gone forever. And best yet, if you want to check them out, buy a little something, they're going to throw a little kickback to us, your folks, your friends here at the Popcast. So go to
The
PanelsOnPages.com,
one that's
click that
like
banner at the top of the page, or on the sidebar at pcn.panelsonpages.com, or you can just update your bookmark, check it out on your phone every single morning. That's what I do. Ripped, that's RIPT.panelsonpages.com. T-shirts start at just $10 and they'll kick us a little something every time. Help us keep the lights on, help us keep the podcast going, help us keep the side up, and get you a pretty cool T-shirt, man. Cool swag, cool shirts, good people, good deals from your favorite podcast. So check it out. Rip.panelsonpages.com. 24-hour limited edition T-shirts that are pretty damn awesome. Check it out. And now back to your regularly scheduled podcast.
Lewis.
Jose,
Jose!
do you have a mute button on that microphone? Jose. So
It just sounds like he was loudly giving like opposite instructions to whatever Lee was telling us to do.
so when we started the show tonight, a couple weeks ago, I had a Windows update, and when I brought my computer back on, I opened up Chrome, and I couldn't hear anything from any YouTube videos. So the update had changed some of my audio settings. So when I opened up Hangouts tonight, I had to go back in. When I started the call, I had to go back in and change the audio settings because nobody could hear me, and I couldn't hear them. So I had to go back and change those. But what I didn't do was change the settings on XSplit. So we're a couple minutes into the show, and Mary comes into my office and says, "Hey, we can't hear you on the feed." And then I see in the chat that they couldn't hear me on the feed either. And I was like, I just went in and talked to Mary. I was like, man, the past couple of weeks I've had to re-upload the podcast to YouTube because there's been issues or whatever. I was hoping this week we would, get a clean version that we could just keep up there. And I was like, should I just let that fly with like the first couple minutes of no audio from me? And then Jose talks through the entire break. And apparently he does have mute because he currently has a mute symbol on Hangouts right now. and he's nowhere to be found.
He's been podcasting.
There he is.
Some form of fashion for like 9 years.
Hey man, but it sounds good.
Did you catch all that?
I catch everything.
I'm too quick. I would catch it.
Oh shit! Guardians on digital now.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Yep.
Oh, jeez, already?
Like, get that shit on the Amazon to watch.
Did you guys watch the video for Inferno?
No.
It's pretty good.
No.
It's the Zardu Hasselfrost song from the end credits. It's the David Hasselhoff song. And the music video is like an old school 70s psychedelic, like Parliament video almost.
All right.
And
I'll
it's
check it out.
all the cast members of Guardians of the Galaxy as the band members.
That's cool.
That's cool.
It's pretty ridiculous. Oh man, Palm, what's her name? Mantis. She's so hot.
Palm Mantis.
Co-signed.
Palm Clementiev.
Yeah, she's not hard to look at.
No, she's not.
Palm Clamato?
That sounds like a new, like, they've got that Palm Wonderful drink, and they've got Clamato. They should team up and make a Palm Clamato.
Oh god,
There you go.
no! A plague on both your houses. Fuck that. Ugh.
I mean, could you make Clamato worse?
Well, that's fair. That's a fair point.
What is Clamato? I don't know.
It's clam.
Tomato juice.
Yeah.
STD. Stay away
Oh,
from
that sounds awful.
It's-
Why would anyone drink that?
It's a thing, man.
Gee,
Let's
no.
just start at clam juice.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't be able to juice an animal.
No.
I know, like, michelada is a Hispanic thing, and that's
Michelada?
tomato juice and something else. But is clamato a Hispanic thing, Jose?
Think we can get people to
I
drink
think so.
Hamados, and that's just ham juice with tomato juice?
Yeah, you want to see the dairy market take a fucking tumble? Start calling milk cow juice, and just watch it dive.
I'd drink cow juice.
A michelada is a spicy Mexican beer and lime cocktail, but it looks
Alright.
like a Bloody Mary.
Oh.
And clamato. Oh, they have an authentic clamato michelada. Look at me.
This has been Culture Corner on the Popcast.
Oh, clamato is made by Mott's, the guys that do the applesauce.
Like applesauce people?
Yeah.
Just decided, hey, we got all these extra clams. Let's juice them and throw them in some tomatoes.
Oh man.
I remember when I was in like 4th or 5th grade, we had the accelerated reader program in my school. So the thing is like you got to read books, and the books are worth points. You take a test like on the computer, and you get the points or whatever. And you could redeem your points for little prizes and shit like that. And I remember there was like all the things that they could show that you could get. There was like a little T-shirt in the little case. Like nothing else was any good. I guess I'll take a T-shirt, fine. And I forget what it had written on the sleeve. It was a bright shirt, and like you had some word or something on the sleeve. I'm like, oh, I guess that's fine. That'll do. And so I had spent all my reader points on it. Because I'm a fucking baller, cool ass kid back in those days. And like, I get the shirt and I unfold the shirt, and all across the shirt is just the biggest goddamn Mott's logo you've ever seen. like Mott's sponsored the shirt or something. I'm like, you sons of bitches folded that way on purpose. Like, no one wants a fucking Mott's shirt, you pricks. Never wore that shirt. Spent those points on nothing, guys. Let me listen to you, kids. Don't let the man steal your reader points, okay? Those are your points.
What the reader points for what?
Reading books and shit.
Or was it Book It?
No, it was accelerated reader. It was called.
Okay.
Now, Book It was the shit because you got pizza.
Fuck
That's,
yeah,
yeah,
you
then you
did.
got pizza, right?
You got pizza. You got Land Before Time hand puppets.
That's right. Oh shit,
man.
the hand puppets.
You mean fuck toys?
Oh, no.
Right.
Oh, no, don't tell me that someone's putting
Oh man, you ever got fucked by a ducky?
And Littlefoot.
little foot on their wiener.
Oh,
Someone did.
me and Mary watched All Dogs Go to Heaven this weekend. I think on Netflix because she hadn't seen it in probably 20 years.
How'd that hold up?
It's the animation's really good. Some of the songs are really good too, but obviously it's Dom DeLuise and Burt Reynolds had a free afternoon and a pile of cocaine, and someone was like, "Do we have a project for these guys? Stick them in a sound booth. Let's record them for a couple hours, and then we'll make an animated movie about it, about like dogs going to heaven or something. Who knows?" But do you guys know the story of the little girl from All Dogs Go to Heaven?
Anne Marie.
Yes.
Bad coke problem?
She was murdered by her father.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
I'd rather have the coke problem.
Her father was like Joseph Barcy fled communist Hungary after the 1956 Soviet occupation, and then his wife began grooming Judith, who played Anna Marie, to become an actress at the age of 5. She was in Jaws the Revenge. She was Ducky in Land Before Time. Holy shit!
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard of this then. Yeah.
That's why I just made the connection there. And yeah, as Judith's career success increased, Joseph became increasingly angry and would routinely threaten to kill himself, Maria, and Judith. His alcoholism worsened, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, he murdered her.
That's nuts. I need to never tell that story to my kid.
Joseph shot her in the head while she was sleeping and then murdered his wife.
Oh my god.
Double murder suicide.
I was gonna say, but did you think you about my chicken first? I'm like,
Oh man, love
You know
that
it's a
chicken.
good popcast when the running theme is double murder suicide sung in a happy tune.
Jose, Kelly, you gotta shine light on that darkness, son.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
I think that should be a new soundbite for a new podcast intro.
Murder suicide.
No, Kelly saying that it's a good popcast when we're able to reference double murder suicide twice because it is.
Cut it out. We'll put it in there.
Shit gets dark on basketball nights.
All right, we got some emails. We got emails.
Oh shit! I didn't expect emails, so
Sorry.
It's fan mail.
If you want to email us, you fucking should. We're not going to do it for you, you pricks. Email podcast@PanelsOnPages.com. Our buddy Zero writes in. He's Zero who we have to thank for this fucking nonsense.
yeah, big up Zero.
He writes in. He sent a little audio clip, which we'll play in a minute. But he says he missed his duties last week, but between his new job and family vacation to Vegas, he had to prioritize. And he said he has the next 2 seasons planned out in his head, so the actual fantasy league will return this fall.
I like it.
man.
I like Zero as the actual fantasy commissioner.
I dig
Yeah.
it. Dig it.
He earned
love
it.
it.
He earned it, man. He deserves it.
He sends in a second email.
Hit the applaud button.
Where's my goddamn applause sounder?
Do I have an
Right.
applause sounder? Wait.
Old school. Real shit.
Hold on. So I opened up. Oops.
Oh, it's a party now.
That shouldn't have played. I opened up the playlist that has podcast sounders, and it's just a fucking. It is a time capsule.
Did you open the folder and
great, sometimes a horror. It's Kerouac's relationship corner.
How about this one?
I treat a bitch like 7-Up. I never have, I never will.
classic?
Come on, son.
Oh, I love it. He writes in a second time. The subject line is San Diego Comic-Con. It says, quote, "We should all go, but not buy tickets to San Diego. Yeah, we'll just crash at Zero's house." End quote. He then goes on to say, "You guys are always welcome at the House of Z. I could easily fit a few airbeds in the living room and office and have a big-ass couch. Downtown/the convention is a simple trolley ride away. Come to SDCC. We'll have a blast without one of their goddamn $80 a day badges."
That's it. $80 a day. That's not too bad.
We might make the pilgrimage after all. See, we have an office. My company has an office in San Diego, and so a couple of the resident nerds go. And I was talking to one of the guys last week. I'm like, "So, how was LineCon?" He said, "Liney. Lots of lines. Boy, did I stand in line for hours." I go, "Yeah, it's all the same shit you did in our house." He's like, "Yeah, you sure did."
Did you see that Conan bit?
No.
Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Someone fucking vamp. Okay, no, I got it.
All right,
Here it
guys.
is.
You know what mailbag we haven't delved into in quite a while.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Let's take a dive into the Todd Crisley memes messages.
Oh shit!
Now, for those
Stephanie writes,
Kelly set up a Facebook page called Todd Crisley Memes. It's actually called Todd Crisley Memes. He does not update this in any kind of irregularity whatsoever.
Has more likes.
he will-
Has more likes than PanelsOnPages.com.
Yep, sure does. Yep. But Kelly will receive messages almost daily.
it's slowed down quite a bit since the current season, since it's not on right now.
Well, okay, yeah. But yeah, in prime Crisley time, that mailbox is hopping from people that think they're actually messaging the Todd Joseph Crisley.
Stephanie writes, "Hey Todd, is Stephanie?" Thanks, Stephanie. Rose writes, "Todd,
Wait, that was it?
yeah,
Yeah, that was the joke.
That's all it was. Rose writes, Todd, I absolutely love your family. Your show is so great. I love Nanny Faye. My mom is 93 years old, and she loves her bingo in the slots. God love her. You have a true family value. Your whole family is wonderful. I felt bad that Savannah didn't win Miss Teen USA, because in my opinion, she should have. She is stunning. Look forward to the new season. Thanks, Rose. Debbie writes,
What up, Debbie?
I love you. You are my inspiration to go from homeless to buying a new car. The only thing I want to do, Todd, is meet y'all. Please and thank you.
Like, man, maybe I shouldn't be homeless anymore. I should buy a car. Then my car can be my home.
You can straight up live in a car if it's big enough.
Patricia writes,
Or if you want it bad enough.
Dear Todd, I love your show and your family. You have faith in God, and I believe your family does too. My husband passed away last Monday, and I'm lost without him. It was always me and Vern, and now he's with God and some of my family, and my baby girl and her twin girls, and my grandson Logan. It's been so many passings, I can't find words to say. I don't know what the future will bring me, but with God's help, I hope I get through this. God bless you all, and hope all goes well for you and your family.
Yeesh.
No punctuation.
No punctuation.
Not a single one. No.
I read it as written.
I appreciate that.
All those deaths. You know what that
All
makes?
those people died.
Yeah, you know what that makes me think? Double murder suicide.
No, I may have asked you this before. I don't know. I forget. But like, a recurring theme in these emails is all about, you know, Grizzly's being a God-fearing man and whatnot. Like, is that a theme of the show, or are they just projecting?
I've seen him pray.
Okay,
yeah, but
okay.
it's not like one of the stronger themes of the show.
Like, these emails would lead me to believe that, like, you know, Grizzly Knows Best is the fucking lead into the 700 Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not really.
Or your boy, what's his name? Lee?
Joel Osteen?
Yes.
Fucking low Joel Osteen, the goddamn weirdo.
What's that Twitter account you follow?
There's a Twitter account called Joel Dongstein that takes all of Joel Osteen's tweets and replaces the word God with your dick.
Whenever I see Joel Osteen, I always think he's Zach Braff.
May as well be. So, for example, Joel Dongstein tweeted out just 2 hours ago, your dick uses adversity to push you towards your purpose. His dream for your life was greater than you can imagine. Here's a good one. When you get knocked down, you have to get back up again. Your dick didn't bring you this far to leave you.
Shit's dumb.
Love it.
You got any more Chris Lee emails, Kelly?
Yeah, I got two that were just people sending links to me. Here's one from Rachel that is also sending me a link, but the caption that goes along with it: "We are in need of donations for funeral so he can be laid to rest."
Oh, God.
I know I've said this before, and it always boggles my mind that people are just so eager to get in touch with Todd Chrisley, and they're just ready to send a link or write this long email about all the people they've suicided. That they don't pay attention to who they're sending it to.
Nope.
They're just
Karen sends a link to help me finish college. To help her finish college, I should say. And Vonnie sends me a video about meal replacement shakes. Wait, hold up a second. Vonnie sends me a clip to a video from Todd Chrisley on Facebook. So that means she took a video from the real Todd Chrisley and decided to send it to me for fucking whatever reason.
You're not even the fake Todd Chrisley. You're not even trying to present yourself as Todd Chrisley. In fact, in the profile it says, "I'm not Todd Chrisley."
Imagine what kind of shit the actual Todd Chrisley gets on a daily basis.
Oh my god!
This is what I've said. It's an interesting window into celebrity.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's a lot more fun than the @mentions the 11th hour gets on Twitter from people watching Brian Williams on CNN.
Oh God!
Ooh, he asking him them hardball questions.
@Joseph Landry Jr. on Twitter, the 11th hour, fact-checking Trump with real news continues to expose his alternative facts, quote-unquote lies with something he knows not, quote-unquote truth.
Testify.
People are insane. People should not be allowed to have the internet. @CrabQ tweets the 11th hour, Vladimir Putin is punching down. California's economy laps RU. Former President Carter's new solar farm and other renewables bury Putin. Kissy smiley. Okay, here is that Conan LineCon video.
You love everything about Comic-Con, the superheroes, the cosplay, the awesome lines, but now there's a new convention that has all that minus the superheroes and the cosplay. It's LineCon, the ultimate convention for Line superfans. From the moment you arrive, you'll be greeted with a check-in line, then a line to collect your badge, then another line to get a program schedule, a line for your gift bag, and a line to get on the escalators which will take you to the convention floor where you can wait in over 300 other lines. We've hired TSA officers to guarantee wait times of 4 hours and up, or buy our VIP package and receive a not-so-fast pass that sends you directly to the back of every line. Sign up for a workshop and learn classic line standing techniques. Straight lines, curvy lines, lines with weird breaks in them, clusters of people who don't know where the line starts, or catch a panel with people who have waited in line for Hamilton, the Cronut, every pair of new Jordans, and a keynote with the inventor of the butterfly chair. Plus, celebrity meet and greet with famed British line master, Dr. Q. Don't get your panties wet, ladies. There's only one restroom, and the line for it is huge. Plus, be sure to stay for the closing night party, where we'll create the world's largest human line-tapede. It's LineCon. The tickets go on sale Monday. Line forming now.
They had the human line-tapede was a human centipede that spelled out LineCon.
That's pretty great.
Not all of it translated to audio.
I feel like I might be over that whole fucking scene, man. Like, that's a young man's game. I feel like.
We got.
No, I wouldn't be there if I wasn't getting paid.
Right.
Exactly.
Like that Star Wars Celebration experience was a shock to the system, y'all.
Oh, it was experience.
All right. Let's see. I believe that is all of our non-tournament mail. Yes. All right. And now, before we start, before we play Zero's intro, we spent last weekend together, so I got to see like in person. Like I've watched Nyes in person, like wring his hands. Like, it came up casually and naturally in conversation like 700 times. like what the fuck he's gonna do to take out John's team. So like, Nyes just put in the work. That's all I'm gonna say.
I was definitely workshopping, and I'm worried about my team's chances. So I wasn't getting any help, but you guys were
not at all. He was just talking it out.
You guys were like a sounding board.
Yeah, and then I will also say that Juggalo John did send in his response, his pitch, but not until late yesterday.
All right,
he's been, and it's not short.
Down to the wire.
Not fucking around.
Should not be.
This
is for the title.
It's good stuff. Good stuff. All right, so what Zero send in for us, Nice?
All right.
What's up, population? It's your actual Fantasy League Commissioner. Before we move into the finals, I'd like to point out an error last week. something you all overlooked in my absence. The rules clearly state no reality-altering characters or time travel. Now, I'm not going to say John's team would have lost without Barry time traveling. Maybe the other ones still would have won against Amazo. I don't decide the winners, I just make the policy. And so, because of this, regardless of who now wins the finals, their victory will have to be marred with an asterisk. Sorry guys, maybe you should ask Barry to go back in time and stop himself from time traveling. With that aside, I'd also like to take a quick moment to thank everyone for participating in this. I feel confident calling this the best sports meets podcast event we've ever had. Suck it, Fantasy League Football. And with that, on to the finals.
Ladies and gentlemen, the PopCast, in cooperation with Zero, proudly present the Population Actual Fantasy League Basketball Finals. On the Marvel side, we have Nice's team, the Fantastic Three, Mr. Fantastic, the Invisible Woman, and the Thing. Representing Team DC, Juggalo Johns, the other ones. The Flash, Wally West. Kyle Rayner, the Green Lantern. And the Elongated Man. May the best team win.
I do recall questioning the use of time travel in Juggalo John's strategy.
You very well may have.
I did.
Let's see here.
But
just looking here, seeing.
I don't know if I would have fared any better against Joe Wang's team.
It does fucking flat out say or time travel. That's on us.
Well,
could be probably to scroll down a little bit.
I remembered it said no reality-altering characters, and I thought I didn't remember that he actually had no time travel on there. I just felt that time travel altered reality, and that should have fallen.
Yeah, it flat out says or time travel.
Yep.
So, whoops.
Whoopsie.
So great.
And who did he beat with that one?
He beat Joe Wang's Villains on the Run with Bane, Amazo, and Professor Zoom, because what did he do? He did something. He had Wally West go back in time to uncreate Amazo or something like that?
Or to set him up with some kind of a virus that would reset him, but like give him all this great basketball skills or something. It was solid. It was good. It was a good idea. And
it's illegal as fuck, huh?
it was frankly, it was still pretty close. So
that's okay. That's on us.
Yeah, even with that, it wasn't a blowout. So Joe Wang's boys put up a hearty fight.
I tried,
but
so
should have been disqualified to begin with, technically.
All right. So
well,
I mean, on the result,
you can use
you call it in the air, heads or tails.
Heads.
All right, it was tails. So John's going first.
Well, John's not on the line, so he should go first anyhow.
Yeah. It was sporting. That's how it works,
sure.
It's all right. All right, John writes it. So I'm glad you gave me 2 weeks to think of what to do, because to be honest, I don't think I was getting out of the last round. My time travel plan was a long shot, but I'm glad it worked. Side note, the NBA Jam ad was just a plan to get you guys to let that fly. Oh, that's right. He gave him all the powers of NBA Jam. That's right. Yeah. All right. Now, the Fantastic Three is really the best Marvel could put up. The first family of the court. So I think I will go one by one and try to neutralize each of Nice's team. First, holy shit, Reed Richards and Ralph Dibny have the exact same powers. So I feel like, how did that happen?
That's true, yeah.
That is super interesting. All right, so I feel one cancels out the other. Each stretch or block of the one is matched by the other. They just tangle each other up like a porn in a taffy factory. Second, that is a vivid image. Second is Sue Richards. I feel that Kyle's power ring can easily find her and her invisible force fields by just projecting a field of green energy designed to push up against objects and people, but allow them through like a fog, making them stand out. so Kyle can help make nothing invisible get in the way of Wally. As for her force fields, yeah, you can't see hers, but Kyle's fields are more powerful. I'm pretty sure Kyle's constructs will be able to put too much stress on any field Sue can make anyway, causing her to be forced to drop them. So now Sue is just a blonde lady with no useful powers and questionable basketball skills. Finally, Ben Grimm. He is a slow rock man. Wally can run circles around him. Kyle can make a construct armor to help muscle up against Ben. Elongated Man can stretch and move around Ben easily, but I will admit, knowing Reed, Ben will be more able to adapt to Elongated Man best. Ben may as well just be a big orange rock sitting in the middle of a court, as he will be doing just about the same thing as one. Kyle and Wally are longtime friends and have been teammates for almost as long as any hero team around, as well as Elongated Man being a teammate for many years also. So their team cooperation is on a level, maybe not at a family unit level, that makes F3's teamwork level not that big of a strength. Look for my replies in the chat to anything Knives may come up with as a counter. This has been so much fun, win or lose. Oh, you actually put it XOXO, Juggalo John. P.S. I'm so glad Lee mixed up Elongated Man with Plastic Man because it shows that my team name was perfect. He mixed EM up with the other one. Right on. All right.
And what was your nickname for Elongated Man?
I think I called him Manic Simpleton. Yeah.
All right.
Who knew that'd be the one that stuck? All right. What you got, Jason Nyes?
All right. Well, he kind of played right into my hands. So he's putting Invisible Woman up against Green Lantern and Green Lantern's constructs. Well, in my scenario, at the tip-off, it has been shown that if Kyle Rayner or if a Green Lantern is not concentrating, they can have their ring removed. So Kyle Rayner is getting ready for the jump ball. Sue goes invisible, sneaks up behind him, slips the ring off of his finger, and chucks it into the fucking negative zone. So Kyle Rayner is essentially an athletic white guy now. And that completely negates John's whole defense of Green Lantern's constructs taking out Invisible Woman's force fields. Moving on to Elongated Man versus Reed. He says that they essentially cancel each other out, except Elongated Man's elasticity has a limitation compared to Reed Richards. So in every instance where they're one-on-one, Reed is going to be at least a little bit ahead of Elongated Man. Whether it's... And basketball, it can be in a game of inches, and that's all he needs. Reed can fucking expand to... He can reduce himself essentially to a liquid. And Ralph Dibny is Elongated Man, correct?
Yes.
He still has some semblance of a human physiology that he can't stretch and contort and liquefy himself as much as Reed Richards. So Reed gets the edge over Elongated Man.
He gets so wet.
And then to combat the Flash, I feel like the Flash is John's strongest competitor there. Once you take the ring off of Kyle, and I wasn't getting much in the way of the Flash's presence on the court, but to me, he's the biggest threat. So not only is Sue throwing out invisible pylons randomly across the basketball court, which essentially are blockades here and there, to where Flash is running, and he might be slamming into something that he doesn't see that's there. You know, he's got super speed, and he can fucking see things and maneuver around them, but he can't if it's invisible. And she's constantly moving these things around like chess pieces, so one is never in the same position, so he can't really adapt to them, to their positioning. And also, this is a little bit more of a stretch, and not one of the strategies that everybody liked very much when I was pitching them. But Reed stretches himself like a game of Snake, creating a massive moving maze on the court, which prevents Wally from just driving to the hoop. He, at the very least, has to run through this fucking Reed Richards maze every time he's trying to drive for the hoop. And if Elongated Man is guarding him, he's got 2 snakes to deal with. You got Ralph trying to keep up with Mr. Fantastic, and you got 2 snakes just completely covering the entire court and making it impassable. And then, if the Thing is a slow rock man, no. The Thing is agile, super strong, and the thing that separates him the most is his indomitable will. I talked about when he was up against the Blob, how he would just be grinding on the Blob all game. And I wasn't talking about, like, grinding on him physically. Physically, yes. Physically grinding on him. But I'm talking about, like, wearing him down, just constantly coming at him nonstop, just in his face. Annoying
that Yancey Street shit talk.
Yeah, just annoying him, and literally grinding on him with rough rock elbows. Let me see here. The Flash, if he uses his Speed Force too much, he can find himself trapped in the Speed Force forever. So he's got to watch how much he's using that. And also, worst case scenario, the negative zone rips open at some point. Annihilus comes out, starts attacking the crowd. All the heroes go to stop Annihilus. You got Green Lantern and Flash and Elongated Man trying to push him back into the negative zone. They push him too far, and the portal closes behind him, and then the game's over. They lose by forfeit.
It might be a bit of a leap, but
it is a bit of a leap, but you know. And I can't not mention, as John did, the Fantastic Four's teamwork. Still, Kyle and Wally have been teammates, but there's nothing better as far as the first family when it comes to teamwork. And that's what I got. What you got, Juggalo John?
All right. Okay. All right, I'm not mad at it. All right. Just quick counterpoints. John does mention in the chat that the business of Jack in the Ring would probably only work on Hal because he's a better Lantern. This is a very specious excuse. I don't know.
I will fully admit.
I think that's too far of a stretch because as much as you can say he's distracted and she can slip it off, then he can say, well, he's doesn't get distracted like that, and then you can't get it off. I think it's too much of a stretch to rely on winning that way. That move. I do like the Reed Richards has the advantage over Elastic Man. I still don't like the fucking snake thing. I didn't like it the first time I heard it. I didn't like it the second time I heard it. And I don't think, and I think the blockades were getting into, if he does hit it, is that start counting as an illegal pick?
How? It's invisible.
Yeah, and but you're still hitting him.
Yeah, like, but how do you know? How do you know?
But
how does the ref
if he
know?
hits one as she's moving it, because she can't keep up with his speed, now it's an illegal pick.
No, she wouldn't be moving them. She would be placing them. And they're invisible. They're invisible. Yeah, so the ref doesn't know that they're there. Wally doesn't know that they're there.
Oh, I kind of like that. No, bitch, he just tripped.
Okay. All right. I'll give you that one. I still don't like the snake, though.
I will admit that my Hail Mary is stealing Kyle's ring.
Well, your Hail Mary is the negative zone opening.
That was just
he said worst case, the fabric of time disintegrates and all the heroes get trapped and they can't finish the game.
No,
so like worst case, like Secret Wars 3 happens. Okay. The Beyonder comes through and is wearing Uggs and shit gets weird.
I'm not necessarily altering reality, but who's to say that Annihilus wouldn't show up during a 3-on-3 basketball game and rip open the negative zone?
It is just as likely as any other time Annihilus would show up. I'll give you that.
He shows up like Tupac on Juice, or no, above the rim.
It is easily my most.
I will give you Sue steals Kyle's ring.
If you give that to me, then it's over. Because that.
At that point, it's over.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily think that even if that happens, I don't know that Sue could keep the snake blockade would be worth a goddamn against the Flash, because his reflexes are just too fucking fast. Like, it's not gonna have any positive effect you want it to have. I don't think so.
I feel like it would, even if it slows him down a millisecond, it's worth it.
Yeah, but a millisecond doesn't do anything really.
In a millisecond, you're traversing half a basketball court.
And you also have to keep in mind that at the end of this crazy Reed Richards snake maze is the Thing ready to swat anything out of the air that the Flash puts up.
Reed Richards would be so fatigued trying to keep up with the Flash, he'll end up tying himself in a fucking.
I don't think he can keep up.
I would also.
No, I don't.
That might work once.
Let me
like the
also.
First time he tries it.
But
that shit ain't working all game.
But I let off. Remember, John didn't really figure Wally into his strategy much at all. So I just want to put that out there, that I've got an answer for Wally, and John didn't really figure him into the strategy whatsoever.
Joe Wang in the chat says, can't Wally phase through, say, any of the opponent's team by vibrating to bypass the blockages? And that's actually a good point.
Yeah, but he has to be able to. True. He has to be able to see something to be able to vibrate through it.
Does he though, or can he just be in a constant state of?
Yeah, but if he's in a,
I think that'd be tough, because what is the vibrational frequency of invisible shit?
And if he's constantly vibrating through things,
it's
isn't he going to? Couldn't he possibly get stuck?
He couldn't get stuck, but if he's buzzing the vibrate, I don't think he can dribble a ball.
Yeah, good point. Thanks, Lee.
Yeah.
Hey,
I am an impartial third party to this thing. I'm just trying to I'm putting on my best sports analysis hat. Trying to have a fair game here, that's all.
I did my homework, and on paper, John's team kills my team.
Yeah.
They're overpowered. It should be impossible for the Fantastic Three to even put up a defense against John's team. But they got me behind them.
You're the dream team coach.
Yeah, I'm the fucking Phil Jackson of this triangle offense.
Sure.
Jose got that reference.
Yeah, I'm a killer. That sounds about right.
I'd buy that.
Tito's going to enjoy it when he listens to this on the download.
Phil Jackson, Michael's brother. Got it.
Tito actually is Michael's brother.
Hey.
Okay, all right. I'll give you the ring thing. I really think that in the intensity of getting ready for that first jump ball, I think it's not unreasonable that Sue could jack that ring.
Yeah, but don't you think he'll start feeling it slip and just close his fist instinctually from years of making sure that ring never comes off his hand?
I don't know. Like I've
but we don't know his prep work either. That thing might be like taped down.
I have damn near lost a wedding ring a couple of times. So it can happen.
Yeah, I've had my wedding ring fall off in the shower a few times.
Yeah. So like, granted, it's not a
invisible thing
computer, but
okay, Jose, I'll give you this scenario. Say he does feel it coming off his finger as he's getting ready for the jump ball. He loses his concentration for the jump ball, and the Fantastic Four immediately gets an advantage.
Well, unless
first
it's
possession.
The first team that scores wins, I don't think that matters.
It matters in that...
No, it doesn't. Because
Then
in
why is there-
basketball,
then-
it has been proven many a times that the team that can score the first 50 points still can lose the game.
Sure. But still, off of the bat, off of the jump ball, there is an advantage.
Okay, so I'll do
The,
this.
the only
I'll say
advantage you get is you could possibly score first, and you get the ball to start the fourth quarter. Those are the only advantages of winning the tip-off. You could score first. So best case scenario, you hit a 3 and get fouled, you're up 4-0. That's the best case scoring scenario. Well, maybe you even get the ball back because after he got called for the foul, he got a technical and you guys got to shoot the free throw. So that's another point. And then you got the ball back.
I'm bored.
So best case scenario, you're starting off 5-0 with the ball.
Joang puts up a point too. It says, wouldn't movement before the jump ball be illegal?
Ooh,
But she's
goddamn!
She's invisible.
Ouch! No, you can't. Yeah, you can't move until the ball's been tipped. Otherwise, that's a violation. You re-jump it.
She's invisible.
Well, yeah, the referee be like, "Hey, where's the other
then
bitch?"
where the fuck is? Yeah, but you can't be invisible during the tip-off. You gotta. That's like saying when they're shooting free throws, she's invisible.
Where in the rules does it say the invisible woman can't be invisible at the tip-off? Why would I pick the invisible woman if she didn't have the ability to become invisible?
But at the tip-off,
how would you know if she's
it's-
there or not? Because at that point, that's a foul for the other team for
Right,
too many men on the court, right?
What I'm saying is there's certain situations where you have to be visible, otherwise it's a violation.
I will.
That's what I'm saying. Tip ball and free throws.
I'll say she can be invisible the whole goddamn game. That's fine.
Yeah,
but
I agree with Lee.
Movement whilst jump balling or before the jump balling is in fact a rule that is illegal. I don't know. I'm taking Joe Wang's word for it. He doesn't even know what the fuck's going on. If that is in fact a rule, I could say even if she is invisible, Kyle loses his ring. Like, hey, bitch, you stole my ring. I'm gonna need some free throws.
Prove it. Go to the instant replay.
See, you don't want to build your strategy around like actual.
Yeah, but then if you go to the instant replay,
I don't.
It's a gentleman's game.
Show that she's taken the ring off his finger.
Will it?
His finger's got to fucking move. Like, it's going to move in an awkward position, and you're going to see the ring float off.
I don't know.
Especially the infrared video cameras.
Yeah, somebody better have an infrared video camera or throw a bucket of water on Invisible Woman because that shit won't hold up
don't get too close to Reed Richards because he gets real wet.
That shit won't hold up in a court of law.
I'm all for being invisible, but there's certain points of the game where the rules overcome whatever powers you have if they violate the rules. And if the rule is on things of movement of violation, you got to be seen. I already feel shamed that we let the time traveling fly.
Yeah, which I pointed out. Remember,
you did.
Extra point for me.
Look, all I'm saying is this: you got me on everything but the fucking snake game and stealing the ring. That's what I'm saying. I think he underestimated the Thing.
Yeah, the thing
the most. I think if there's anything that comes out of that, he underestimated the Thing, calling him slow and not doing anything.
The Thing is
so I think the speed will catch them off guard, and they're not going to be able to guard them because they have no plan for guarding a fast, just bulldozing Thing. Which game plan that because that's what he's been doing the whole tournament is just bulldozing people.
And while I think that the snake game would not work, I think the idea of Sue just randomly throwing up invisible pylons in the way would fuck up Wally's world.
But eventually you're doing him harm. So how legal is it to let a man run at 100 miles per hour into a wall constantly?
Well, that's up to him. He doesn't have to run that fast.
eventually, when he's just floored on the ground with a fucking concussion.
She never touched him, Jose. She never touched him, not one time. And she was visible the whole goddamn time.
All right, as long as I can see her.
That's right.
Hey.
How about this? How about this? At the jump ball, Sue is invisible, and she's sneaking around to steal Kyle's ring. But Reed and Ben are pretending like she's in the backcourt, and they're talking to her, and they're looking in her direction like, "You ready, Sue?" Misdirection. So the ref thinks she's on the court, but she's not.
Man, I'm not buying it. No one's denying she's not on the court. The question is she moving during the tip-off?
No.
That's the question. Oh.
She's not. Can you see her moving? Nope, not moving.
And that's why all members of the team need to be seen at tip-off and during free throws.
If a tree falls in the wood and nobody's around here, does that shit make a sound?
I'm just saying, you got me on everything but those two quirky little no's.
This is not
It's not a guaranteed either way.
I will 100% concede. On paper, I lose this.
Yeah, but your logic is super sound. I think I'm going to not allow the ring takeage.
Oh, Lee, you were totally for the ring takeage before.
But then I learned that moving before the jump ball is against the rules.
Yeah, but I addressed that.
But
she's in the backcourt.
No goddamn cheaters.
Here's the thing: you need for your team to win, you need a lot of things
to go right.
Like Fabric and Time breaking open.
Yeah, that was just an extra little bit there.
But
that isn't required.
Advantage is you have a wild thing.
What?
Who was not
a wild thing
prepared for?
Does he make my heart sing?
He might.
He makes everything feel good.
But I think not being ready for dealing with the thing hurts a lot.
Yeah, because he's been wrecking shit this entire tournament. Made it to the goddamn finals.
He's been the sleeper of my team, essentially.
And
he's been the anchor,
of the team, and you have no,
because I believe it was decided in a previous week that Thing does in fact got ups.
He does.
Yeah.
He does.
Yep.
If you have no game plan to stop the best person on the team, you're not going to beat that team because he's just going to go fucking hog wild on you. I'm just saying. Like, that's like showing up to play the Bulls and being like, oh, shit. They had Michael Jordan.
A big rocky orange Michael Jordan.
You can't forget to have a game plan for the best player.
I like where you're going with this, Jose, because you're leaning towards my side with it. And even though some of my shit is ridiculous and out there and, best case scenario, it happens by luck, I did try to have an answer for every member of John's team.
Yeah, the answers are fucking solid.
And
solid.
I respect each member of the team as a competitor and as a threat in this final round. Dismissing the Thing as a slow orange rock man might bite you in the ass.
All right, let's take it to it. Jose.
All right. I'm still thinking. Because okay. Because, oof.
Kelly, you ready?
All right.
Yeah.
We got Kelly.
At the end of the day, I'll always go with the established team over the team that's just mashed together and hope that they have some teamwork. So I'm going Fantastic 3.
Oh shit!
In your scenario, Kelly, does Sue get the Green Lantern ring?
I don't see why she couldn't.
All right.
Because it's fucking illegal.
I don't think so. I don't think she gets the ring.
I'm with Lee.
not during the
She
jump
doesn't
ball.
get the ring.
I'm with This Is Street Ball. There's no rules in Kelly's
Well,
turn.
there's rules.
But it's not street ball. It's the fucking goddamn league of extraordinary basketball players, and there's rules.
You know, this is the finals. There's got to be a winner. The referee's going to look the other way.
Those relaxed rules.
Well,
Yeah, this is going to be relaxed rules.
Well, that needs relaxed rules were not stipulated.
I feel like Sue going invisible is using the rules to her advantage, just like Hack-a-Shack would. You know, fouling someone intentionally, that's not cool, but it's within the rules. And if you're within the rules,
is you can't move.
Yeah, she's invisible. No one knows she's moving.
And that's why she can't be invisible during tip-off.
I know she's moving.
I'm sorry, but in the rules, I do not see Sue cannot be invisible during tip-off.
No, again, I have no beef at all with her being invisible. I just think, just Jack and the ring at that point, given the information given to me now, I call bullshit on that because it's fucking cheating.
It's only cheating if you get caught.
And you got caught.
How'd I get caught?
I rewound the tape. I seen it.
You didn't see nothing.
I was looking for.
What
I'm
did you
looking
see?
for fuckery, and
What
I
did
saw
you see?
complete fuckery.
What did you see? What did you see?
I saw fucking his ring on his finger and then not on his finger.
Oh!
And an invisible bitch gone.
You don't think it could have just fallen off of his hand?
Fallen off where?
If it
I didn't
fell
see
off.
it. I didn't see it roll off into the sunset. I didn't see it hit the ground. I saw it go into an invisible chick's pocket.
The ring does have the ability to move around on its own.
Does it?
Yeah. Because
one guy-
the ring can find its owner. So
Yeah, right before the jump ball, the ring was like, fuck off, Jordan.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so if the ring can find its owner, once you take it off, wouldn't it go right back to him?
Yeah,
And say,
yeah.
No. I don't like this lady, and start screaming, she's not my mom.
I have two
The ring pulled out a rape whistle.
I don't know her.
Two answers to that. Like in my intro, I said that she drops it in the negative zone, or she throws it into an invisible force field ball and fucking chucks it.
Force football to give you. She can't just throw it into the negative zone. That's not her power set.
Throwing is in her power set. I didn't say she opened the negative zone. I'm just saying she threw it. I'm just saying the negative zone is open and is closing as she chucks it in there.
That seems really fucking irresponsible. That is super irresponsible use of a negative zone portal. In that scenario, like, no one's gonna go, wait just a goddamn minute.
All right, how about this? John in the chat just says, after you take the ring, how do you keep Wally from getting it back to Kyle? And I'm like, I don't. But while Wally is trying to get a Green Lantern ring out of an invisible force field ball, we've scored 19 points.
That's all solid logic. That ring then. I don't know that you get the ring then. All right, I'm going the other ones. But it's not easy. It's close. Fucking close. I'm going with the other ones. Just because the speedster lantern combo is hard to fuck with. Manic Simpleton aside.
He's
who happened to be a very reasonable Batman level detective.
He's in the chat.
Oops.
Yeah, John's in the chat.
Okay. So
you can be in the chat too, you know.
Well, which I'm looking at the chat, but I don't see nothing going on. All it says is hide messages, and I just see a link.
Are you on the YouTube chat, Jose?
Man, I don't know what's going on.
Here, I will link you to the YouTube live page. I'll link it in the Facebook group, and I'll link it on the Hangouts call. Just make sure you mute it as soon as you pull it up.
He sounds great. Okay, we'll work on the chat. We're baby stepping it. But he sounds fucking amazing right now. So it's okay.
Right. But you should There's some good chat going on.
We always got good chat going on.
I thought I was in the fucking thing.
I was in there. Just turns out I was in fact not reading.
So what? What do you got? A question for John? You got a?
Yeah, I do.
What do you got?
The fourth quarter, and you're down, and fucking the thing's been whooping your ass all game.
The end.
You see a chat? Where's it? Okay, there it is. There it is. There it is. All right. So, what are you going to do to stop the thing? It's the fourth quarter and you're down. See, that's where I have to give it to the Fantastic Four. Because I think not having a plan to stop the most dominant player of the tournament.
Lee, in John's strategy, did he mention Kyle's constructs being an easy match for the thing?
Oh, yeah.
He did? Yeah. Okay. So if Kyle has the ring, he's using the constructs up against the thing. And I admit, if Kyle has the ring, I'm kind of shit out of luck. But I put in a fucking fight, that's for sure.
Well, with that logic, it's got to go to the other guys. Because I don't see her taking the ring.
You don't see it because she's invisible. You don't see it because she's invisible. Kyle can make a matching suit of rock armor. He's right.
That's true. Very true.
But does he look as good doing it?
Does he look as good wearing it? Who wears this rock sexier?
Who wore it best?
Next time in Pop Actual Fantasy Us Weekly.
I'm sorry, but this is where I don't see the ring. If the only way the team wins is if he doesn't have the ring on.
Yes.
Your only way of getting the ring off is by cheating.
Because that is Kyle Rayner's only weakness is not having the ring. Like, I can't even fuck around with having my entire team wear yellow because yellow is not a weakness that Kyle Rayner Green Lantern has. It is the only Green Lantern that's not affected by yellow? He has no weaknesses.
The yellow impurity's gone. They haven't been weak to yellow in years.
He has no weaknesses, so the only strategy is to get the ring off of him. Otherwise, he's just an overpowered dude that can create anything. Sure, Sue can create force fields or whatever, but she's not making Green Lantern level constructs.
Right.
You know, Wally West is the Flash. He's also crazy overpowered. So it's really just a matter of luck and bullshit that I could possibly hang in there with the Flash and Green Lantern with a ring. Elongated Man can suck my stretchy dick. But those other two, it's hard to put up a gray-haired nerd and a invisible chick against the two of them without a little bit of dastardly moves here and there.
Monkey shines.
Little monkey shines.
Yeah, see, but Reed's such a fucking square. He wouldn't be down for the monkey shines anyway. He would not approve of such tactics.
Okay, let me ask you this. Say Kyle he turned evil. And we're not talking basketball. We're talking in an everyday superhero fight, DC versus Marvel.
Parallax gets it.
Parallax. He's Parallax now. would Sue sneaking up behind Parallax and sneaking the ring off of his finger, would that be cheating?
Well,
No, that'd just be justice.
That would be justice. I like it.
But there's no rules against that in a battle to the death.
I understand your concept.
I'm just a country lawyer. But what, Mr. Calrino?
I understand and respect your concept of rules, Jose.
And you say Reed wouldn't be up for the monkey shines. He's gotten a bit of an edge since he and Sue are getting a divorce.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, but probably at the same time, he's probably like, hey, that bitch cheated.
Reed is dropping a dime on Sue.
That bitch is cheating right now.
He's too busy rubbing his dick all over the elongated man to make Sue jealous.
I wanted the dog.
Now, you say that Sue's cheating, but I say nobody saw nothing.
No.
All right, Jose, what you got?
I gotta go with the other team because I say she doesn't get the ring. I never was on board with that idea.
All right,
that and the bear and the snakes.
You fucked me, Lee, because you were with the taking the ring off at the beginning. Goddamn!
I was totally with you.
What changed it? What changed it?
He said it.
The notion that it being cheating against the rules. I can't get down with that.
Yeah, what are rules but mere constructs of man?
Yeah, and you know what? let me put it this way.
But they're the rules we've been following the whole tournament. We
broke the rules last week.
If you say that Sue being invisible and moving during a jump ball, that's cheating, then anyone having a nasty thought about somebody on the other team should be a technical foul. I didn't see it. You didn't see it.
We had nasty thoughts as technical foul.
You didn't see it. You didn't hear it. But I bet you he's thinking some nasty shit over there. You better technical foul him.
Yeah, but what if you don't say it?
What? Well, then if you don't see it,
but you have to be seen during this moment.
But it has a measurable effect.
Yeah, it determines the fucking championship. You can't just dismiss.
Which is why the championship has relaxed rules, because we want to see who the better team is.
Yeah.
So let me ask.
I don't understand why Sue is all of a sudden got rules.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you.
In regards to her powers,
it's not Sue rules. It's the
time last week, and we can't let Sue turn invisible for half a second.
Yeah, exactly. It is Sue rules. Who else is going to turn invisible?
Let me ask you this question then. So they start the game. She steals the ring. He's playing without the ring. She's back. And he's like, where the fuck's my ring? Like, then what happens? How do we overlook this obvious, blatant disregard?
We say it's not on tape. We can't do anything about this.
We can look.
That's not what we say.
Who's reffing this goddamn match? Dr. Doom? Come on.
We can look at the replay over and over and over again, but you're never going to see
proof of anything.
Then the ref says, "If bring back the ring, or we don't."
I am 100% cool conceding the win to John. John wins. He won fair and square. I'm cool with that.
We're fighting this night.
I just want to go on record that all of a sudden in this finals match, we got rules that you can't be invisible during the jump ball.
Fine. What if during the jump ball, Invisible Woman
it
fills
never came
Kyle
up before
Rayner's
that, though. But it never came up before.
Bowels with invisible balls and makes him shit his pants.
And
then she takes his ring while he's like, "Oh man, there's shit everywhere."
I just think it's
real. Be okay with that.
I just think it's real interesting that you guys are creating rules to handcuff my team, and you let Wally West time travel last week, and that's clearly in the rules.
Well, one, we forgot about that rule. Two, that's like the bullshit fantasy rules. You're talking about violating like one of the principal rules of like regular lame-ass basketball.
And you say I'm violating, and I say potato. No one's violating shit.
Basketball's not a real sport. No one plays that. Show me a person that plays basketball, and I'll show you a liar.
You know, we saw it in previous rounds, and I think it's because Sue's a woman. Jose's got a bias against women. Apparently,
Remember, Lois Lane can't play basketball.
Yeah, Lee's got a bias against invisible women.
Women. I never
You don't
showed
think
that.
women can play basketball, and that's why Lois Lane couldn't win.
I never said that.
Yeah, sure you did. Go back to the tape.
Yeah, go back to the tape.
Show me saying women can't play basketball.
Right there. I'll get it.
Fucker just said it.
You know what? You're not going to be able to find Sue Storm on tape stealing Green Lantern's ring, but I got you on tape saying women can't play basketball.
I think the tape will just show that the ring falls off his finger. And you can't stop a game for that. Like, what are you going to do? If a dude drops his mouth guard, are you going to say...
Where's the negative zone?
Juggalo John asks, can you get the ring before the game starts? Apparently, in this league, you can time travel, so why not? Like, let's go to the Baxter building, let's build a time machine, and
then fucking shoot it into the moon.
No, if that had been it, if people were like, okay, now, half an hour before the game starts, while Kyle's taking a shit, she'd pull the ring off, boom, no problem.
Then she puts it in the Baxter building as Dr. Doom shoots that bitch in the moon.
Yet we just went over the fact that time travel isn't allowed, and it is in the rules, yet, you know, this chick can't go invisible. She's shy.
Well, because women can't go invisible.
Hashtag it's invisible women. Well,
let's get the fuck out of here.
Big up to John. Congratulations.
Some of the dumbest, funnest shit we've ever done. That was great.
There is an asterisk.
There is an asterisk. There is an asterisk.
Yeah. I'd like to see how this finals would have gone if it was me versus Joe Wang.
Yeah,
maybe me and Joe Wang. Joe Wang, let's have an exhibition match next week. You and me. Let's see who would be the true winner of this tournament. It's fantastic.
Shade.
Fantastic 3 versus Villains on the Run. Let's do it.
What do you think would happen if the Thing just pulled down his pants and whipped out his dick? And like everyone just stopped to stare at it.
Technical foul.
He played basketball in his suit from the new movie. Just dick out.
Yeah.
It's no dong.
No. He's got a big fleshy one.
Okay.
Remember those pictures Knives made?
Oh, god damn it.
Comics.
Right.
Congratulations, John. You earned it.
You did it.
All right, comics.
The problem with comic books is the ink comes off on your hands. Every time you turn a page, you have to wash your hands.
You know, it's so funny. Jose and I have such a contentious relationship sometimes, especially in competition. Like, we're always on other sides of the coin. And it surprised me. Like, this entire tournament, he had my back. He voted for the Fantastic 3 every time, except at the fucking finals.
Yeah, but you also ran with the platform I already shot down the first time I heard it. You ran into it.
That was a small part of my strategy.
No, taking the ring is the whole part of your strategy.
I thought you were talking about the snakes.
No,
I love it. That was great.
Get the fuck out of here with this snake game. It ain't working.
Oh, god damn it. All right, so Batman 28. More of the War of Jokes and Riddles.
Real good.
It's real good. I feel like I've heard this guy's name, the Michael Janine. I feel like I've heard him before, but I can't place it.
He did Grayson.
Okay, yeah. But this book looks fucking incredible, man. There's a kind of the Catwoman reveal. The panel
I loved how he drew the purple Catwoman suit.
Oh god, it's the Jim Ballant like purple body stocking suit. It's beautiful. It's absolutely fucking beautiful. Again, like I feel like this whole thing is going to be, marked by these massive 2-page spreads. There's a spread in here showing 5 days of the Battle of the Snipers. I thought about our dumbass basketball tournament while I'm reading this comic book, because it posits like what would happen if Deadshot and Deathstroke were like caught up in a battle with each other, and over the course of like 5 days, just kill the fuck out of all these people, and it's really, really good. Like, and even there's a big splash page of Batman just yelling, and the way he draws it, he's got his head back, and you can kind of see up under the cowl, and the light barely makes out like his actual nose. Just little things like that. Just it's fucking great. It's really, really good. Like, it's easy to talk about writers and whatnot, because I'm probably more of a writer's guy, but goddamn, this book's a great marriage of both, and the artwork is just stunning. Stunning stuff. It's great. Really, really good. Probably my favorite artist in comics, Humberto Ramos, is working with one of my favorite writers in comics, Mark Waid, on a team of characters that I kind of love called the Champions. But it's a goddamn Secret Empire crossover. And so that kind of did not like. Solid issue, but it's predicated upon that time when Captain America killed a bunch of people. Some fine character beats, but boy, am I ready for this shit to be over. But hey, issue 8 of 10 comes out tomorrow, so we're almost there. We're getting there, everybody. It's gonna make it. We're gonna do it. Jessica Jones number 11. Jessica makes Maria Hill piss in a cup in public. And it was kind of great.
Yeah, that was pretty great. I did love how half of it was just a Javier Pulido flashback.
Yeah.
That was pretty sweet.
Yeah. Like, I'm way on board for this. Like, it still doesn't make a lot of sense, the weird, like, kind of anachronism at the beginning of the book, like how some of the shit didn't line up. But I feel like now we're definitely firmly in the regular Marvel universe.
Yeah.
So I don't know if, like, maybe no one told Alex Maleev that Thor wasn't a dude anymore. I don't know. But some weird shit happened at the beginning. But it's great now. I'm way on board. It's fun. It's really good stuff. I like that book. And last one I'll talk about real quick is a 1-2 punch. We got not one, but 2 Ninja Turtles comics last week. Ninja Turtles number 73, making it the longest running Ninja Turtles comic ever.
That's cool.
Wow.
Which is very cool.
So much to catch up on.
Very cool.
I wonder what Michelangelo would say to a Sharknado.
I know. We could have found out tonight.
Did we type that other stuff in the wrong chat?
But it's actually pretty great. It's in Dimension X on Planet Neutrino, Krang is going to trial for his various war crimes. And so the Neutrinos have brought the Turtles and even Leatherhead to be material witnesses in the prosecution of Krang. They're going legal with it. To the point that we're like, there's a couple of pages where they're talking about like the legal strategy, and I'm like, this should be boring, but I'm oddly captivated by it. Like it's kind of interesting. But Krang has hired a crazy, like, liquidy octopus assassin guy to take out the witnesses and the prosecutors. So now the Turtles are on that adventure, hopping through Dimension X on various planets in the Dimension X miniseries, trying to rescue the witnesses before this hitman, Hacker is his name, can kill them. So it's pretty great. So the main book kind of set up the trial. The Dimension X miniseries has them on this planet that has emotion-based physics, is what they describe it as. And what that essentially means is that, as Raph gets pissed off by getting trapped in this cave, he can, punch his way out of the cave because he's inhumanly strong. And, like, they can Peter Pan fly and shit like that. It's pretty cool. And they rescued this weird little, like, I don't know, it's like a wadded bubblegum with eyeballs. That's the witness. It's good. Good stuff. And I dig this assassin character. He's pretty cool. He's fun. Hope he sticks around. Yeah. Had a big sneeze.
Bless you.
Ooh. And that's all I got. What you got, Kelly?
Let's see. Last week, a new issue of Sex Criminals came out and shit got real.
Yeah, it made me...
Like, that was a bummer.
Looked pretty, though. Looked really good.
Oh, yeah. Always looks pretty. What else? Superman came out and it wasn't very good.
Oh.
They've it's the second issue in a row of Superman taking Lois and Jonathan, his son, out on a tour across America, seeing the sights, and it was pretty boring as fuck, and a lot of regurgitating things that Pete Tomasi read on Wikipedia about various monuments.
I feel like I've seen that before. That doesn't
Yeah.
sound like a very original concept.
No, it was fucking dumb, especially when you've got Action Comics over on the other side of Superman things being batshit insane all the goddamn time, where you got a team of Superman and his friends. Meanwhile, okay, so Superman was stuck in some kind of mini prison that was in Bel Rev, and he's blind because of some kind of Phantom Zone technology. So meanwhile, he's blind, and there's a whole bunch of his enemies that all teamed up together. You got Zod, you got Cyborg Superman, you got Eradicator, you got Mongol, you got Blank, you got Metallo. All them dudes coming to take him out, the Fortress of Solitude. So what happens? Superman gets backed up by his friends, and you get Superwoman, you get Supergirl, you get Steel, you get Lex Luthor and his Superman stuff, you get that Chinese Superman.
Shit.
And they just fucking fight. And then Superman and his friends get thrown into the Phantom Zone by Zod, along with Cyborg Superman and Eradicator, because they've got a mission in there. And that's when it's revealed that in the Phantom Zone, Zod has a wife and son.
Oh.
And they come out. So now Zod's got his own Superman family like Superman does.
Oh. All right.
Yeah. Action
Did not see
Comics
that
is
coming.
great. And while he was in the Phantom Zone, Superman got his sight back because fucking, I don't know why.
Solid logic.
Yeah. Action Comics is always insane, and I love it.
I don't give a fuck about Superman, but that sounds pretty great.
Yeah, no, Action Comics is awesome. Like, Superman, up until these past two issues, has been really good as well, but I prefer Action Comics for how insane it is. What else? Oh, the first of the Jack Kirby tribute one-shots came out this week with a New Gods special that was super good. Written and drawn by Shane Davis, with a backup written and drawn by Walt Simonson.
Oh, all right.
The first story is about Orion fighting his brother Calabac, and it is a brutal-ass fight. I really hope it's they kind of use this as like a pilot program and launch a New Gods book out of this.
I feel like we're due for a New Gods book.
We are getting the Mr. Miracle series starting tomorrow, which
I didn't give a fuck about.
I am so excited.
Until I saw Tom King's write again. I'll check anything he writes at this point.
Yep. If it's anything like Vision, it will be incredible.
Exactly.
It's
exactly.
like
That's
Vision,
what I'm
it is
checking out.
12-issue maxi series. I'm very excited. But yeah, I would recommend picking up that New Gods special. It is $5, but it's worth it. Like, you get a lot of pages for it, plus the Walt Simonson backup, plus some short Kirby stories. It's the first of, I believe, 6 specials over the course of the month. And it's pretty great. I think that's all I got.
Right on, right on. Anything we're talking about, Nice?
No, not really. Besides the, our guest didn't show up tonight, but I was gonna comment about how I came up with the tagline "Global Swarming" and the idea to have Al Roker in an animal disaster film way before Sharknado 5 came out.
That's true. That's true. Fucking, where's your motherfucking movie check?
I was looking forward to pitching Tarantulanche to Cousin Oliver. Starring Mary-Kate Olsen, Jason London, and Jeremy London.
Oh, that's fucking great. You got anything, Jose?
London is fallen. No, still watching Lost. So far, I like it.
I thought you got to the final season.
We are yeah, that's what I'm saying. But we're watching this final season is taking us longer than expected.
Yeah, because it's trash.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's fucking awful. And no one's like, oh man, let's sit down to watch our 4th consecutive episode of the last season of Lost tonight, guys.
Yeah.
No one says that.
Did you ever want to see a full episode about the mayor from Gotham City wearing eyeshadow and being a pirate? Let's do it. What the hell was his name?
Just watched that one, but I do like how Sawyer was like, go talk to Eyeshadow over there.
What the hell was his name on that show? Batman
Ricardo?
No.
Yeah.
Is his name
Richard?
Richard.
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 But they call him. But he had like another old school like Ricardio.
Right.
My mom actually went to some convention last year with some of her work friends, and she wanted to meet Nestor Carbonell. She's a big fan of his stuff, whatever. And I'm like, oh, good school. And she got the picture taken, all that crap, whatever. In school, I'm like, I said, hey, did he have the fucking like the eyeshadow thing? Like that's just the way he looks? And she's like, no, he didn't have it. Like he just wears it when he acts, I guess. I'm like, that's so fucking bizarre. So weird.
He probably started it when he was Batman and he was like, man, that looks really great.
Batman That Tick show starts in a couple weeks on Amazon.
The Batman Rises poster spoof that I made a few years back has been coming up in my Facebook memories. You remember that?
Fucking love Batman So good.
Man.
So good.
Yeah, you know what was my Facebook memory?
What?
Shooting certain
music video?
No names. a certain radio announcer.
Oh, yep.
Hosted,
yeah.
Fashion show.
Man, we just must have faces that are like, please fuck us in the ass.
What happens, Donnie?
Maybe we deserve it.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not gonna judge. I wasn't there.
Maybe we just got to get a little bit more cutthroat, like Sue Storm going invisible before the jump ball and stealing the Green Lantern's ring.
Right.
Sometimes you just got to cut corners. Sometimes you got to stomp a motherfucker's foot.
Move. No. Oh. Get that shit. All right, so that's the fucking show, man. Yeah, I like it. Good times. Let's do it again next week, shall we? Kelly may or may not be here. You mentioned a midnight release for Metal.
Yeah.
Mad
Gonna
bastard.
get a pizza from Scott Snyder.
Love it. Now, hopefully he'll come through better than Cousin Oliver did for today.
Well, fax this over when.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll get to talk to Robert Riss next week. If not, we'll do something else. It's all good. Can't complain. Life is good, guys.
If not, let me tell you something. Sharknado might coincide with Shark Week, but Robbie No Show on the Popcast is going to coincide with Shoot Week.
Oh, snap.
I'm sure it's easily explainable.
Oh, of course.
He hasn't posted on his Facebook for like 12 he hasn't posted on his Facebook for like 12 hours, and that guy hates Trump, so I hope everything's okay.
Ooh, yeah, no kidding. So yeah. All right, send me some good vibes this weekend. We got a fight this weekend. Saturday. Last time I went to Grappling Games, I got myself a silver. Hold it in my hand right now. Look at that.
Nice.
Yeah, I need a gold one. Need a gold one look to go with him. So, yeah, all the good vibes for that. So let's see how that goes. It'll be fun.
Hey man, just keep in mind, it's not cheating if you don't get caught.
I just put my thumb right on his eye socket.
There you go.
That's the surefire way to win. Go for the eyes and the nethers. Always, don't forget the nethers. Very important, the nethers. Yeah, that's all I got, man. Come back next week. We'll do it again. 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central at chat.PanelsOnPages.com. Email us, popcast@PanelsOnPages.com. We're live, YouTube.com/PanelsOnPages. Not that chat address. That's an old one. I was on autopilot. I apologize. You all deserve better than that. I'm sorry. We'll be back. Love you. Good night. Goodbye. For Jose Guzman, Jason Nyes, and Kelly Harris, I'm the Lord Reverend Rodriguez. All right. Good night. Love you. Bye.
Apocalyptic cataclysmic, the world ain't gonna end unless I say so. Strap in, my friends, because here we go again. Storm growing, shards blowing, help us. There's something in the sky, winds falling, jaws falling, stop it. Where's our hero now? Oh, where's our hero now? Armageddon, come and get it. The world ain't gonna end unless I say so. Apocalyptic, you can't stick it. The world ain't gonna end unless I say so. Things are getting wet, but it's not over yet. Heed the warning, global swarming, save us. Once was enough, but now it's twice. Three's forsaken, fourth awakens, oh hell no. We need a hero now, yes we need a hero now. Armageddon, come and get it. The world ain't gonna end unless I say so. Resolution of the solution. The world ain't gonna end unless I'm just a man with a chainsaw in his hand, and he's got to take a stand for you. Stand by his side, unadvised Swiss Army knife, 50 ways to make you die before she's through. Armageddon, come and get it. The world ain't gonna end unless I say so. Resistance with the resistance. The world ain't gonna end unless I say so.
That was wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good, though.
It could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!
Hey, boo!
Boo! Boo!
Good stuff.